Nigeria of today, they worse than even Abacha regime. That's not true. Say Nigeria of today, they worse past Abacha regime. Well, not with me talk, Pat Utomi don't blast President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration following the economic hardship and insecurity where Nigerians they go through. But that's not even all. Because they don't talk, say, wait a minute. All these certificates, you upload results, you not upload results. Waiting be the real reason we make National Assembly forgery or fake results as a ground to appeal or to litigate the 2027 election. Waiting be the reason we make them do them. Could it be that they know what they're doing? That's why they did it. When a particular lawyer don't come out, can't explain the explosive reason we make it be say, the National Assembly, through Tajudeen Abbas, Oga for House of Rep, and Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President, get mind to come out, say, any person will forge certificate or anything, not be ground for you to talk, say, no, this person we could disqualify him, or make it carry compete for the election, talk, say, no, make a carry and go court. Even though, say, our constitution state them clearly talk, say, forgery of any sort, na crime. But the Electoral Act can they talk differently for the 2026 Electoral Act. Waiting be the reason. We'll go talk about them when the time come. But as I speak to you right now, not be all smiles for some families for inside Katsina State, as about 31 children and women now say then don't kidnap for inside Katsina State. And people they talk say this one another matter entirely. It be like say every day when we come almost here one trouble. Now one day one trouble. Now be say we here for inside Nigeria. And this one don't raise a lot of controversy because terrorists don't attack Katsina community, kidnap 31 women and children. In fact, as I tell on yesterday, say Reverend Father Alia, the governor of Benue State, been share bread with the branded Alia bread. That is in bread. You know, even till when it happened, terrorists storm Benue community, kill a father, 2 of his children, then injure several residents them for inside a community for Benue State. People say even the bread could not even help matters. Well, all of these and more issues now we get to discuss this evening. Abidi, a warm welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Sincere apologies for starting a bit late. Unfortunately, my network providers get downtime and it's been very, very hectic trying to connect and do this, but I had to look for a way out. I love you guys and I appreciate you. If it's your first time of joining us, make sure you click the subscription button, like and share. Make a take small break, come back, we'll go dive into the matter then one by fellow after the break. Nigerians, welcome to It's Precious. Another very beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside our country, Nigeria. As I know, they don't tradition as they take down, we could go look at some things so ABC paper carry. Now, Nigeria of today worse than Abacha. Who talked this one? Oga Pat Utomi. By the way, good news there for inside this report. I go bring on a very, very good news. But we could do say Oga Pat Utomi talk first of all. So, Professor of Political Economy, Pat Utomi, don't blast or lambast the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that today's Nigeria is even worse than the military. Now, he talked this on for Inside Nigeria Info 99.3 FM while discussing the state of the nation and recent concerns raised by Catholic bishops of Nigeria. Now, according to him, the frustration expressed by Catholic leaders reflects a wider feeling among Nigerians, stressing that the Catholic Church has structured the Catholic Church has structured process through which it positions on national issues, or its positions on national issues are developed. And then the professor pointed out that groups within the church, including the Justice, Development and Peace Commission, contributes to discussions on public matters before issues are eventually considered at the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, that is CBCN. So the bishops have been quoting him. He said the bishops have had a meeting before they went to see the president. The speech delivered by Cardinal John Onayeko generally reflects the collective concerns of bishops, although individual members may still hold personal opinions, Utomi said. Now, comparing the current state of Nigeria with military era under Abacha, Utomi said, Nigeria is now a worse condition blaming part of the challenge on the failure of the 1998 transition from military rule to civilian government. I think we're in a worse condition than Abacha time. There is no doubt about it, Utomi declared. And this particular talk, when you talk, trust me, people don't carry him another level. Say, hey, Utomi, because your candidate to be president. If now your candidate, if you talk this on where you talk to, why you go talk, say, Nigeria better pass for military time, pass on now. Utomi, well, could you just leave the character and attend to the matter? Waiting the person talk, how it how it takes him. In fact, I saw another analysis when somebody they talk, say, look, what's be the major things we be say we will say democracy don't give us since 1999. Look at the major infrastructures we be say we get for Nigeria today. Na military era build them. They say Third Mainland Bridge. Na military era didn't build them. National Assembly, na military era. Aso Rock, na military era. Wait, even Transco Hilton, military era. Most of the strong buildings and where it's taken, say, oh, the better project, then we take to say, oh, this time better thing happen for Nigeria, na military era. So what's be the things them where it be say democracy don't give us. According to that man, when he talk that and no quote me, he talks and only looting, and they don't carry loot. Say the only thing when Nigerians don't benefit for inside democracy, I say most politicians don't do richer because of say waiting. Democracy give them opportunity to access funds and make themselves richer. And when the man talking for that analysis, I say, what is going on here? But do you think what he said is true? Because if not so, how he takes him? And they come up because you know that your uncle Wike had a press conference today where he said quite a lot. And one of the things he talk, he said, forget about it. By the way, also blast P2B, blast everybody, blast Ogaona. You know, say you need to hold any, you need to hold that from out. He talk to everybody. We'll look at some of the things so you talk. But we could just go straight to other things so you different inside the news. Very quickly, good news. Okay, before the good news, 9 burns beyond crash. Approved salary increase for military personnel. So between 30 to 80% increments. Now you don't give military officers. And this is such a heartwarming news that people are excited over it. So according to the news, we hear say, of course, officers above the rank of colonel, then will get 30% salary increment. While the statement can also say officer that from colonel downwards go receive 50% increments. While it be say other lower people then like privates to staff sergeant them, they will get 80% increment of their salary, which is amazing. So new army recruit right now will take almost ×2 of waiting the formal new recruit them they get. And people don't talk, say, hey, now this kind of morale raising implementation is supposed to don't make sense now. So that people will say you mean business. Well, Mark will go straight to other issues. 2027, Tinubu should be assured Nigerians APC will slug it out with ADC, PDP, others. Amici they talk this one. And then he said that I don't respond to my subordinate. Amici fires back at when they ask and say, how is he your subordinate? He was a local government chairman, you were not. You were a 2-time governor, he's a 2-time governor. You are you were a minister, he's a minister. I mean, want to say what, but he was a 2-time speaker. It was wicked 2-time speaker. But Amechi then said that no, he did not employ me. I employed him. So for me to employ him, I'm be saying be my subordinate. I once employed him. For person when once employ him, he's supposed to get the mind to respect me. No, say you go to call me Oga because him be the ones look at me as Oga. Well, Amechi still said that 2027 we will do whatever Tinubu wants us to do at the end, at the field. And I was in the talk. So when I hear all this kind of things, your politicians they talk, it give me a lot of fear. Like waiting 2027 hold, because they say anyhow waiting Tinubu want them, saying waiting they will give them for 2027 election. If you want good election, they go give them. Any kind of election we want, now they go give them. How not to say this one for you span out, especially at the time when they be say we don't come across, may nobody even bother to count vote for River State. Say all the votes they go to Rainbow Coalition. Wow. Like say now you be the electorate, now you be the people where they decide the vote. Well, that now we say Nigerians on the talk. We'll get back to that. 2027 crisis hits NDC as 2 aspirants clash over INEC's upload of candidates in Edo State. And then 2027 election already concluded. North will give Tinubu 95% votes. Kaduna Governor Basani. Did you hear it? Say that election already end. Say the whole of North will give her 95% of their vote. Wow. Wow. Amechi has no electoral value in River State. Wike fired. It's a season of buzzbuzz, but our election campaign never reached, but the buzzbuzz has started already. Okay. On Ayeko, I have classmates in primary secondary schools. Amechi mocks Tinubu's government. I have problem with Tinubu sending attack dogs against Christians. Has no respect. And say, in get problem where be say me say why be say Tinubu would send the attack dogs against Christians. Say how many Muslims so be say they talk when these people then they reply. Which Muslim we don't talk? Imam we don't talk. We be say that Ebola by your no don't answer. Why be say they go get mind the open mouth to talk to Catholic bishops like that? Because now say finish for Christians, that's not part of the thing. I'm not quoting him verbatim, but that's exactly what he meant. US firm moves to stop Tinubu's meeting with Trump. Okay, so let's see how this. So the lobby firm will be say Atiku Abubakar hire. They don't move to stop any proposed meeting between President Bola Tinubu and, of course, Donald Trump for the upcoming United States General Assembly. You know, they come up. So in a post on X, the Washington-based lobbying firm was reacting to comments by Nigeria's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Jimo Ibrahim. You know, so Jimo talk say, by the grace of God, during this hunger, the president could see Donald Trump, you know. So the firm said he had forwarded the video of Jimo Ibrahim's remarks to senior officials in the Trump's administration. Recall that Ibrahim, during a television interview 2 weeks ago, announced that President Tinubu was expected to hold talks with President Trump on the sidelines of the next month's UN General Assembly. Now, reacting, the firm said it would also share the material with members of United States Congress and others and other officials of the State Department. Now, it added that it believes any meeting between Trump and Tinubu would be interrupted by some Nigerians as an endorsement, will be interpreted as some Nigerians or by some Nigerians as an endorsement of the Nigerian president, despite long-standing controversies surrounding historical court records in the United States. That is to say that if Trump mistakenly gets meeting with President Bola Tinubu, say good, like say okay, he don't endorse him, he don't give him good mark. Even though they say somebody gets one record for inside that country, it can't look like say that record no matter. Maybe now waiting make they not even release the record since maybe that's that kind of thing. Now he added that he believes he said we share the video with senior members of President Trump's administration. In the coming days, we will also share it with members of Congress and the State Department. President Tinubu and his associates are attempting to convince Nigerians and the world that President Trump condones the drug trafficking allegations against Tinubu, the firm said in a statement. But I don't understand why they could put that particular statement. Say, our president, they try to convince the world, say, Donald Trump, they condone drug case matter. Why? Why would you make such a statement? Hey, the president of Nigeria. Okay, let's move on quickly to other issues. But in Ngwari, Kaduna grateful to President Tinubu. Obasani said to be diligent in handling criminal investigations. New Calabar Zone 6 AIG Afibwa urges IPOs. On Aiko, don't forget what you told me. Amechi wants Boala. Say, not forget what you tell me when you get the job. Not forget what you tell me. They ask everything, but to say, don't worry. When the time comes, we'll talk about them. Oh, let's move on, Jerry. I don't mean to waste your time this night. So moving on, INEC list NDC candidates. INEC list NDC candidates. Commend, thank Dixon. So they don't settle matter be that. One say they get problem, others say they commend and thank Dixon. So candidates of the Nigeria Democratic Congress NDC has commended the national leader of the party, Senator Henry Sirike Dixon, for working assiduously for the recently published list by the Independent National Electoral Commission. So although there had been a lot of apprehension on the part of candidates seeking to stand election on the platform of the NDC as a result of the delay in publishing the names, especially for those contesting for seats in the two chambers of the National Assembly, Senate and House of Rep. Much of the fears, of course, have been laid to rest with the latest development, even as the former Bayelsa State Governor remains a stabilizing factor that has restored calm and from the tension that threatens to tear the party apart. So for inside the statement yesterday, many of the candidates whose names have now been published said they were particularly grateful to Dixon for not only rescuing their political careers, the future of which looked rather gloomy and doomed, with the seeming tilt rather of the ruling party towards say the same non-settle bottom line. So they be happy, they heal them. Explosion kills ISWAP bomb. Medical officer, Arab IED expert in Borno State. Arab IED experts for inside Borno State for Nigeria. They help them. Burutai hails Tinubu over pay rise for military personnel. I said this is a good development. Businessman tells reps how he paid Adeyemi 400 million for contracts. Okay, Amechi responsible for Jonathan's outstar. Wiki talks and Amechi make Jonathan lose election. Okay, right, let's see. Tinubu approves military salary increase by up to 80%. I just told you 30, 50, 80%. So just so we know, let's see what we have here again. FG expands the nursing school at healthcare workforce. That's good. So that they will do more in number. That sounds good, like a good deal. But let's very, very quickly as time no day. So moving on to other things to do for Inside the News very quickly. I told you already that Nigeria of today worse than the Abacha era. Patutomi blasting over worsening economy. And in 2027, don't be a political thug. Or don't be political thugs. Anglican primate warn Nigerian youths against election violence. It'd be like say Catholic Anglican people just they talk like this. What's going on here? Now, wrong name, wrong motto, wrong English structure. Catholic priest blast Tinubu aides over poorly fabricated Catholic youth letter. So in case you don't understand this drama, see it and I realize, let's discuss it. So a particular letter surface. Make I show you the letter. The letter surface to show, say, Catholic Youth Organization will be CYON, Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria. Say they write a letter blasting their cardinal on Aiko. Why? How dare he condemn President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? See, what's he talk about President Tinubu no be true. Now make I show you excerpt of the letter. But in all reach 2 seconds, so it be say, then this not the letter. Make I show you some other people will be say post and people will be say, you know, they support the government, so it be say post them. See I'm here. Now the letter be this. So you can see the thing for inside the letter. In fact, the person who even post them, you see what's in the say the person talk for inside the post, so it be say it make. It is see I'm be I be make I read some of them out for you. Do you need me to help you read it out a little bit? I could just do that favor. Let's see if I can. So yeah, the person will that is A Ayofe Abdullah Ayofe. He wrote and said, this is what we call aura for aura. So he said, we respectfully urge all church leaders to exercise great care whenever commenting on partisan political matters. Catholic Youth Association of Nigeria react to on Cardinal Onayekon's priestly commenting the 2027 elections. See the way he called Cardinal, and on priestly. Wow. So this now the letter will be say post. If you see the content of the letter, it reads, open letter to our brothers and sisters, the Catholic faithful, and all people of goodwill. Subject, our faith must rise above partisan politics. Meaning say, make on a faith, that is make the church come on mouth, so anything we concern politics. But the church, Nigerians and the presidency did not have a problem when the church, through Adeboye, spoke and did not blame the president for what was going on and supported the president. It wasn't a problem. No church, no Catholic, no Redeemed member or Youth Association of Redeemed wrote a letter to condemn what Adeboye said, to say that, no, Adeboye, you did not reflect the fact that things are really hard. You're not reflecting the fact that, indeed, the buck stops at the table of the president. Nobody wrote to him. But immediately somebody spoke about the reality of what Nigerians are going through. All right, we can't get branches for inside Catholic Church. We can't begin right against their leaders. That now waiting people begin talk for the streets of social media. I'll show you evidence. And they say we write as young Catholics who believe that the mission of the church is to proclaim the gospel, promote justice, defend human dignity, and foster peace among all Nigerians. In recent times, many public statements by individual clergy on political matters have led some Nigerians to assume that all Catholics share the same political preference. We wish to state clearly that no individual cardinal, bishop, priest, or lay person speaks for every Catholic in Nigeria. on partisan political choices. Sorry, please forgive me. Let me read this. So, as Catholic youths, we do not, and they put that one in bold, we do not collectively endorse any political party or presidential candidates. They put them in bold deliberately. Now, every Catholic citizen has the constitutional right to vote according to conscience after careful reflection on the issues, the candidates, and the common good. And then he said, we respectfully urge all church leaders to exercise great care whenever commenting on partisan political matters. Their moral voice carries significant influence, and many faithful look on them for spiritual guidance rather than political directive or direction. We believe the church's credibility is strengthened when it remains a father to all, regardless of political affiliation. We thereby encourage a clearly distinction between the church's prophetic responsibility to speak on moral and social issues and the personal political opinions of individual clergy. Such opinions should not be interpreted as representing the position of all Nigerian Catholics. Then I say our prayers is that the Catholic Church in Nigeria will continue to unite rather than divide, evangelize rather than polarize, and remain a beacon of hope, clarity, and truth for every Nigerian. May God grant. And they said all of that. And of course, somebody signed and said he's the president, Catholic Association. Nobody's there. Paul, come. The name not very obvious. That's it. However, Nigerians don't come point at. First of all, they say the letterhead did very wrong. Nigerians don't come point at some things and we didn't see where they wrong for the letter. A lot of Catholics, of course, you know that Catholics are broad and wide. So Catholics don't go say, how far can we go with forging? How can we go? In fact, people who posted, oh, I'll go show you. So it is Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria. That is the name of the body, CYON. Just like you have Catholic Women Organization is CWO, Catholic Women Organization of Nigeria, CWO organization, Catholic Women Organization, Catholic Men. So like that. So now so it gets Catholic Youth Organization. Then where did it enter Catholic Youth Association of Nigeria? For inside the letterhead. You can see the letterhead there. You can't carry Catholic Youth Association of Nigeria. How? How? So people come to talk, say, why it be say all the times and we be say Somalia, why youths don't come out, can't talk and all of that, or some people don't come out, can't talk, why they no forge letters from them? Why it is easy to rubbish Christianity and make and they like say Christians then they divided? In an administration where people they cry, say, oh, the way international community they talk, say, oh, they're killing Christians or they're targeting Christians and killing in Nigeria. You know, they're fair enough to also be balanced and not interfere in the activities of those Christians. Now here's the Zachary Idris waiting a basic post concerning and make you read that. See for yourself. So he said, as a former two-term president of the Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria, CYON, in the Army chaplaincy, he talk in chaplaincy, he say, I didn't need a second look to recognize this as a poorly fabricated, forged press release. The forgers in Aso Rock and their team of failures are now clutching at straws for God and for youth. He said so. But not beyond I'm even put mouth for inside the matter because other people also put mouth for inside the matter. In fact, so many people reposted it, corroborated what he said, and of course, they said quite a lot of stuff, you know, under it. Some people don't contact, so no, this is a different matter entirely. Some people don't contact under that post, say, when they say themselves, they don't be 2 times or 1 time Catholic youth president, and they know, say, this letter not fake. And the question be, say, how far can we go if this is really fake? Can anybody be held responsible for it? Because one of the things where happened today for inside the interview which we can get with Shimon Kimaloyi this evening, now talking about in faith and making it look like Christianity is subtly played down or made a joke of. Now, waiting some people interpret waiting it be say in talk today. Now, let me show you quickly what this Catholic priest said. So, a Catholic priest, Father Ugochukwu Uguke, has faulted Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government and his aides over purported Catholic Church Organization of Nigeria (CYON) letter circulating online, accusing those behind the documentation or document of using a fake statement to counter Cardinal John Onayeko's remarks on national issues. Now, the disputed letter, which surfaced on social media, was presented as an open letter from the Catholic youth body, urging churches or church leaders to exercise caution and all of that and all of that. But the priest Uncle talks in a lie. Reacting to the document, Father Uguke described it as lacking authenticity, pointing to what he called several obvious errors in the letterhead, the structure of the letter, the structure of the content, and the content entirely, that cast doubt on the origin of the letter. Now, the priest noted that the document wrongly identified the organization as the Catholic Youth Association of Nigeria, CYAM, instead of Catholic Youth Organization of Nigeria, CYON, describing the mistakes as one of the major signs that the letter was not genuine. He also further faulted the motto displayed on the letterhead, saying the official CYON motto is "Let your light shine," and not "Christ our lights." As contained in the disputed documents, and Father Ugueke further explained that official national correspondent from CYON would normally carry the signatures of key officials or officers, including the national president, national secretary, and national chaplain, rather than being signed by a single individual claiming to be president and National Executive Council. According to him, the use of National Executive Council in the document also appeared inconsistent with the establishment or established structure of Catholic lay organization, noting that the expressions sound more like a government administrative structure than what Catholics can do. So the controversy, of course, comes reaction to what's going on with Cardinal John Onayeko. And people are now saying that, wait a minute. Why do we have to go this far? Why does any government have to go this far to prove that, to rebuff a dissenting voice? To say that people, to show that whatever the dissenting voices said is not good enough? Must we do divide and rule? Must we show that there is division among people? Must we divide people? And then people now, some people like Amici saw it as a total disrespect to the Christian faith. That how can a government or an administration that runs on Muslim tickets have the mind to want to divide Christians, no matter the body of Christian amongst themselves? So it's bad enough, according to what people are saying. It's bad enough that a Daniel Boala comes to say that, Onayeko speaks only for Catholic Church. It doesn't speak for the entire Christianity or Christendom. And then even within the Catholic, what they're saying they speak for, you now get a forged letter to now show that no, it's not all Catholics. So to show that there is division, must you create division among people? We have been divided along tribal lines. We have been divided along ethnic lines. We have been divided along, it remain even village lines. We have been divided, of course, grossly along religious lines. The religious line no dey enough again now. Even within the same Christian religion, we still they divide ourselves. Now, it don't divide us along Christian religion because Adeboye, they talk their own differently. Or Irekpo, they talk their own differently. PF, everybody, they talk their own different. Catholic don't talk their own differently. It don't encourage the same Catholic now. Wants to divide the Catholic among themselves. Do we have to divide people among? Must we divide people to merit in their division at our own profit, a bit for our own benefit, to divide people so that we go benefit? Do we have to do that? Well, that's exactly what Nigerians have been saying and talking about that. How far can any go to prove themselves right, that they are wanted or that they are encouraged? Well, this one don't raise a lot of controversy, and people don't get a lot of things to talk about. But let me quickly brush through other headlines and I'll come back. I'm sorry I'm taking too much time on this issue because this one don't make people talk too much. I told you that terrorists attack Katsina community, abducted 31 women and children. This is a very sad incident, but a very sad reality of it in Nigerians go through. So terrorists attacked a community in Bakuri local government area of Katsina State, killing one resident, injuring at least 7 others, and abducting 31 people, mostly women and children. Make I leave them there. Move on to other issues. Oh, talking about that, this news says that after Benue Governor Alia distributed branded Alia bread, terrorists stormed Benue community, kill father, 2 children, injure several residents. And this happened in, I think, Nzorov Kansal ward of Guma local government area of Benue State. That's when this happened. Very sad to hear all of these issues. So, Tinubu now forges Catholic organization CYO press release to counter Cardinal Onayiko's remarks on worsening economic stability and hardship and insecurity. That now waiting people to talk. And of course, this headline comes amidst what Zachary Idris said, and that's the news on that. Now, police lied about rescue operation. Remember the judge that they say they've been kidnapped, they rescued have been and family say not be rescue, say na lie police or lie. Say which kind of rescue? That they paid 50 million naira ransom to get him released, that he wasn't rescued. Wow. So let's move on. P2B charges Nigerian youths to take active role in leadership and national building. And Tinubu using tribal and religious sentiments as campaign strategy because he's incompetent and has nothing to offer Nigerians. P2B said so. It makes sense now why Akpabio and Tajuddin Abbas led National Assembly amended Electoral Act to remove certificate forgery as ground to disqualify election candidates, even though Nigeria's constitution forbids certificate forgery. Lawyer Ekene Aninze said so. We could go see what in a guy can talk. Before I start to talk about him, before you go to say me to come, let me quickly show you evidence of his post and his tweet where he said that. This is exactly it. So let's go back to that conversation. Yeah. So, human rights lawyer Ekene Aninze has questioned the rationale behind the amendment of Section 138 of the Electoral Act 2026, alleging that the Godswill Akpabio and Tajuddin Abbas led National Assembly removed certificate forgery as a ground upon which an election winner can be disqualified, despite the 1999 Constitution listing the presentation of a forged certificate as a disqualifying factor for elective office. In this case now, nobody the constitution go get grant pass, nobody go senior the Electoral Act in this case. Now, in a statement posted on his social media handle, Arinze said the amendments continued to puzzle him, arguing that the constitution has been clear since 1999 that anyone who presents forged certificates to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is not qualified to contest an election. Till today, I am still wondering why the Akpabio and Tajuddin-led administration, National Assembly, amended Section 138 of the Electoral Act to remove certificate forgery as one of the grounds upon which a petitioner can prove that a declared winner was not qualified to have contested for the election, he wrote. Now, citing Section 137, subsection 1J, 182, subsection 1J, 66, subsection 1I, and Section, I think, 107, subsection I, 1I of the 1999 Constitution, Arinze maintains that presenting a forged certificate remains a constitutional ground for disqualification. He questioned why the National Assembly would make a certificate forgery strictly a pre-election matter. If presenting a forged certificate is a constitutional ground for disqualification, why does it have to be? Why does it matter if a petitioner was waits until after the election to challenge the certificate forgery? Now, why does the Akpabio and Tajuddin-led National Assembly want certificate forgery to become strictly a pre-election matter? He said, why should the timing of the challenge suddenly become more important than the alleged forgery itself? What exactly informed this amendment? More importantly, whose interest is the amendment protecting? He queried. So that question we ask now, and the question where people come to talk about, say, whose interest that amendment they protect? That amendment, when they say, forgery no be ground to, who they protect? Who way the thing they protect? That na question we be say they ask. And I don't know how we give answer to that. We're coming back to that because you know that argument I told you that happened on Arise Television yesterday. We'll replay it again and we'll look at some things in it. But let's quickly continue with some of these headlines very quickly. Kïllëd, Old Northern Region's best student in 1962, is being attacked by hurlings of Tinubu who cannot say much or who cannot say which primary or secondary school he attended and enjoy fake bishops councils or the Carlo Blas and Nanoga over other APC crooks, he said. Now 16, okay, let's forget about that and move on. Moving on, Catholic bishops are done talking. Cardinal Onayeko tells Tinubu, so we're done talking to you, so do your own work. Meanwhile, Tinubu should not attempt to rig Osun governorship election. No, if he tries it, the political crisis in 1983 may repeat itself. Ademola Adeleke, 1913. And then Tinubu government directs budget office to remove 2025 third quarter reports that exposed fraudulent spending and padded procurement. In case you want to brush through that very quickly. So we hear that this administration has removed the 2025 third quarter budget performance reports from the official website of the budget office. And a look at that shows that it's not there anymore. So no longer there for the budget office of the Federal Republic of Nigeria or of the Federation. Now, taking offline a document that contained a critical assessment of the fiscal position and spending pattern of Tinubu's administration. That's what he did. Now, checks show that as of the time of filing this report, only the first and second quarter 2025 budget performance reports remained available on the budget office website, while the third quarter report, which had previously been previously publicly accessible, could no longer be found. Now, the now removed report had attracted public attention after highlighting mounting fiscal pressures facing the federal government, warning that rising debt obligations, constrained revenue, and volatile oil earnings were limiting the country's ability to finance infrastructure and other critical development projects. Now, its removal means that despite being August 2026, or despite being August 2026, the Tinubu's administration has only made publicly available budget performance reports covering the period of between January and June 2025 alone. So the report published by the Budget Office Fiscal Stability was coming under increasing strain when a significant proportion of government revenue being consumed by the debt servicing generally. So the fiscal assessments signed by the Director General of the Budget Office, I think Tanimu Yakubu, stated that the country's debt service to revenue ratio remains elevated while fiscal space is constrained, requiring urgent revenue mobilization and expenditure rationalization. So they get to come out because it can't look like, say, the reform no reflects through that budget performance. So we get to look for something to do about it. Now, we talked about that APC chieftain, right? I'll talk about it again. Many citizens can no longer afford 3 square meals. Makinde Tinubu says so-called economic reforms have worsened hardship for Nigerians. And Catholic laity cancel defense. Cardinal Onayeko says church has a duty to speak truth to power. So before I show you some of those footages, let's go straight to some of the excerpts of what Wike had to say today in his press. I really do not enjoy playing most of his press briefings, but let's just see some of them. So now take your reactions while we open phone lines. Take a listen to some of the things he had to say earlier today.
Let me start from the first one about the match being the running mate to Atiku. Sometimes, you see, let me tell you, and I've come to know that indeed it will be difficult for Atiku to be president. In all the calculations or the calculation he makes, if you are choosing a vice presidential candidate, a running mate, I'm sure the only factor that has made him to choose a mate, I'm sure, may be financial. may be financial. If it's in terms of bringing vote to support him, he's dead on arrival.
A governor, former minister. He has a...
Hold on. I was Minister of State. He was governor. He couldn't put a governor. Yes. I defeated him very well. He has never won elections since after 2011, when I was the DG of the campaign. Never. He was the DG of Buhari in 2015. Buhari, he was governor. Buhari did not get 25%. He was the DG in 2019, when he was Minister of Super A. Buhari did not get 25%. He supported Atiku in 2023. Atiku did not get 15%. Now, let me tell you, where is an asset? To Rivers State and South South. The mere fact that you're a former governor makes you an asset. You must be a former governor that still have the following, the followers. You must say, what are you a minister? What do you bring on table to the people of your state? What did you bring? As a minister, what did your government then do that you can say that impacted life of Rivers people? You must say so. So it's not about, I was a former this, I was a former that. Now let me tell you, in the South.
All right. So let's quickly move on to
That
other
is
stuff.
not
I
the
can't keep
first
playing.
statement. When you're not in power, you accuse those around in power not to tell the man in power that you are not telling him the correct thing. So that for me, it's a statement you make, everybody does that. Yeah. You always accuse that, oh, things are both, these people don't tell the president the truth. They always will dare to get whatever they will get. That is the general accusation.
Yeah. But the president defended INEC.
Which I'm correct, which is not correct. Now when you say, how did he defend INEC? You came here, okay, what is the fact? What is the fact to say INEC had the Catholic, come to the conclusion that INEC is biased? What are your facts? What happened for you to prove? Now, if you have taken that kind of position, it's delicate. It's delicate because no one. That association is a strong association. You must be very, very careful. Now, when you come to the public and make that kind of accusation that the electoral umpire is biased, you must have your facts. This is why we say they are biased. Look at this. Look at this. But if you don't come to the general, INEC is biased. You are sending a signal to the public. Because people say, for the whole Catholic bishops to say INEC is biased, then something is wrong. And we must be very careful about it. And that's why, no, you can't say they are biased. So what is wrong? Is it because people say they are not? Okay, if I say INEC is not biased, it's good. If president says INEC is not biased, that's a mistake because he's president. He has no view again. He doesn't have a view. To tell you why we should be careful in politics. That's why we were saying that associations like that, bodies like that, have to be very, very careful. Well, once the time that statement was made, what happened? People like Atiku picked it up. So, you cannot say this about a Catholic. No. The point I'm making is that having made that statement, it does appear you have now done the work for the opposition party. And that's why people like Atiku came up to say you cannot talk to them like that. You have to be very careful.
So let me leave it here. I like to state that the Catholic bishops have not just spoken under this administration. If I remember, 2 different administrations spoke about insecurity and other things happening during Jonathan's administration, which the now APC lauded them and commended them for speaking during Jonathan's administration. And Wike was a very good ally of Jonathan at that time. And we did not see the Jonathan administration knock down the Catholic bishops the way this administration is doing so. And then secondly, I think sometime in March, I think precisely March 1, 2020, Catholic bishops held our Catholic bishops and priests held a high-profile peaceful protest against pervasive, they said, pervasive insecurity in the country, a surge in kidnappings and other issues, and targeted killings. They held a protest against the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. We did not also see the kind of opera and backlash that they are getting now. So, even though this administration is still the same APC, I mean, President Bola Tinubu was part of those who brought Buhari into power, but we did not also see all of the people condemning the Catholic bishops today, condemn them then when they were condemning or protesting against insecurity during Buhari's regime. Why is this case different? Are we saying there is no insecurity in Nigeria? Is it that there is no killing? And speaking about the fairness of INEC, how is it that among almost 100 or more than people who try to, or political parties that try to register, why did we not register up to 5? How can almost 5 political parties, or even at least half of them, not be able to meet their criteria? Are they mad? They are trying to register. All of them, they no fit meet criteria. Is that fairness? If INEC was really fair, now what's the people they talk, oh, why not tell them, oh, go back and get social document and come, we'll register you? Why was it hard for political parties to be registered if INEC has been fair? You see, that's the question people are asking. And if INEC is very fair, the accusation against the INEC chairman about the Twitter issue and all of that, should INEC be the one to probe the matter by themselves and not get an independent body? Or you got an independent body to probe it. Why not make it obvious? Let's know who is the independent body that probed this. How did they come about the conclusion after the probe? So you see, when people they talk, will say, so these are some of the things and will be say questions where people they ask. So say, let's be fair. If this happening now with INEC happened during other administrations, or during Jonathan's administration, will this present administration take it? That's not a question we basically ask, but of course, this is politics. So all is fair in politics. That's part of it. I think I wanted to play a session where he spoke about, what is it now? He spoke about, let's see what he said about. The
PDP had a crisis. I've always said, PDP cannot win presidential election now. All we are doing is to win some national seats.
Okay, so let me spare you that. So for this particular party, they talk, say, oh, PDP self not even ready to win presidential election. That is to say that he knows he's leading a party that is indeed not ready and that he does not desire for them to win an election. Basically, that's what that statement means. So, of course, they say he'll be the new leader of PDP now, the new PDP. And he knows he's leading a party that is not ready to win election. Say that they prepare for 2031 because all their votes now, even though say they get a fake presidential candidate or a presidential candidate, all their votes and supports, they go to Tinubu. Do you understand that? And that's an opposition. So when you have that situation, do you call that a formidable opposition? That's the question. Okay.
That is not a personal statement. When you're not in power, you accuse those around in power not to tell the man in power that you are not telling him the correct thing.
Okay, I think this is what he's talking about. Right? Let's just move on to other issues.
Let me start from the first one about the being the running mate to Atiku. Sometimes you see, let me tell you, and I've come to know that indeed it will be difficult for Atiku to be president. In all the calculations and the calculation he makes, if you are choosing a vice presidential candidate, a running mate, I'm sure the only factor that has made him to choose a mate, I'm sure.
Okay, I think we already established this where he said that the only factor that would have made an Atiku to choose an Amechi is because of money. He needs the finances of a former governor, because if it's in terms of electoral might, forget about it. He didn't. Amechi does not have it. That's what he tried to say. Let's listen to
that. Is not a personal statement. When you're not in power, you are accused of that, and that's why people like Atiku came up to say you cannot talk to them like that. You have to be very careful.
Okay, sincere apologies. Let me spell that and move on. I'm actually looking for one where he said what he said about Peter Obi, and secondly, where he said what he said about don't even bother coming close to Rivers State to count votes because it's not going to work.
The PDP are a crisis. I've always said PDP cannot win presidential election now. All we are doing is to win some national seats to organize the party against 2031. We must be very, very clear to people. So I don't like people who think that you just election you must win. No.
So how fair is it?
What is fair? Let me start from the first one about
with
being the
interesting.
Running mate.
Interesting. He said quite.
Sometimes you see, let me tell you, and I've come to know that indeed it will be difficult for Atiku to be president. In all the calculations that the campaign he makes, if you are choosing a vice presidential candidate, a running mate, I'm sure the only factor that has made him to choose a mate, I'm sure, maybe financial.
All right, let me spare you the drama, by the way, because there's no
Maybe
need to
financial.
all of this drama and all of this brouhaha. So let me spare you all of it. So there are other things we say he also talk for inside that interview. Talk quite a lot of other things, and we are not going to disturb your life with. He said something about Peter Obi, that he was a former presidential candidate. How come he wasn't going to attend? He wasn't attending. He had birthdays as a former governor. Why was he not attending, going to IDP camps when he was governor? Why was he not seeing the less privileged when he was governor? Why did he have to wait and choose from when he's left seat to start doing benevolence, as it were? And a lot of people now they talk say, but if you know Peter Obi very well, you would have known that he's always been a very, very benevolent person right from time. It's something he's been doing over time, and not be saying just start him today. And I what's he done to do since. Well, phone lines are open, Nigerians. Let me quickly bring you on board. So please join the link on the pinned post, and then it will bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. And then let me also quickly show you what Adeleke had to say today to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu about the Russian election.
Hello, President Tinubu. I am passing this message to you. Also, will not accept any reading. We will go out en masse and vote and defend our vote. Mo tún repeat here. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 1983 kó ṣẹlẹ̀. President Tinubu, Osun people, our party have endorsed you as our presidential candidate. Why are we suffering? Why is our money being debt? Oh, your brother need to be called to order. But we wanna be more.
Okay, so you heard that the Accord Party don't endorse them as their presidential candidates. Why are they still suffering? So this is about every party endorsing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and ensuring that they support him. And if most of the heavyweight political parties are endorsing him, then waiting will can't happen to election. Where is the non-one party states? For people they talk, say, oh, with all the political parties we have, how can anybody speak about one party state? If, according to what Adeleke is saying, that the state is suffering, but they don't already endorse them, so why be said and still they suffer? Then what is going on? I don't know. Phone lines are open, Nigerians. You can call the WhatsApp number 0808-675-9679, 0808-675-9679, or you click on the link on the pinned post and it will bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. Going back to the conversation yesterday with Seun Okemaloye and the guests he had about the president's papers. Let me show you a bit.
Does the president deserve to be on the ballot? That's the fundamental issue here. That he has all of these abilities, but can he prove? Because what are the question mark? The question mark on his identity, question marks on qualification.
What identity are you talking about, Seun? If he's asking of identity, can you tell us who Atiku's father is? Do you know Atiku's uncle? Have you ever seen Atiku's brother? Do we ask those questions? What is he talking about?
What's wrong with Atiku's uncle?
You should ask him. Does he know Atiku's father?
Ask me.
Do you know his uncle?
Let me answer.
Who are the
Who is his father?
Answer.
Where is his father?
Why we are here?
Yes.
Why we are here is because we run a constitutional democracy where the law guides all our activities. The Constitution, which is supreme in this country.
You're saying he has added Adekunle. You're saying he has added Adekunle now, and you're saying you don't believe in him as a person.
Please allow me to answer the question. Yeah. We are saying the Constitution says you must have at least school start.
Or equivalent.
Yes.
What is its equivalent?
I'm coming. I will answer you.
Yes.
I will answer you.
With an evidence that...
Yes. Then the Constitution says...
Is it not enough evidence?
Please allow me.
Hold on, Marshall. Is it not enough evidence that someone that was a senator, one-time senator, and a governor of a state that has become a country of its own, he made that state became a country of its own, build a structure of democracy that every 2 years you have a local government elections where there is none in this country? I don't see any state in the last 10, 15 years that conducts itself democratically to go for an election of local government every 2 years. Like the way of it. You want to ask me a question that such a person, you have a doubt that he has the ability to read and write?
Did you go to primary school?
Yes, I did.
Which primary school is this?
West Coast Primary School, Kano.
Do you have the certificate?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So that's what we're talking about.
Okay, let me tell you something. The certificate of my primary. Hold on. The certificate of my primary. Hold on. Hold on now. My primary certificate, my secondary certificate, my university certificate hadn't helped me in what I'm doing today.
That is not the issue.
It is the issue.
Not the issue.
We're talking about evidence.
It doesn't give capacity. Hold on, it doesn't reach out capacity to deliver on the job given to you.
It's a moral and emotional matter.
It's not in the document.
We're not talking
about
capacity. As
we employ an entrepreneur. I employ people that are best of me. I employ people that are first class graduates. And I have to teach them the job. When you came out from school, you read arts and visual arts. When you came here, were you not taught how to do this? It's your passion, you do that. There are a lot of people in this place that did not read mass comm, but they are very good journalists.
But I showed evidence.
Very good anchors.
I showed evidence that I finished from school. So it's a basic minimum for you to get into this organization.
He has shown evidence that he had a BSc in Chicago State University. They don't have the proof that Chicago State University.
Where is the primary school certificate? Where is the secondary school?
Boy, this constitution shows one. He can show one. Some people show primary school. Some people show secondary school.
Mr. Kalu, is that enough?
There are people that are stand in this country. Mr. Kalu, there are people that are stand in this country. They are standing because they've not been to primary school.
Assign time to us so that I can respond.
Go ahead. I'm asking, is it enough? You are the lawyer.
It's not enough.
You have seen a man that has delivered to Nigeria. You have seen a man that has delivered to Nigeria dividends of democracy.
Allow me to talk.
I gave you almost 10 minutes. No. Program. I allowed him to say all he wanted to say, and show you want to go back to him. I haven't finished. I gave him time to finish. Let me also that. Because they don't have anything in hand to the campaign Ashwaju.
Alwan, hold on. There's a fundamental question here.
The fundamental question here
is a BSc Chicago State University sufficient?
It's not. The question is,
just imagine.
Hold on.
You read the Constitution that it is a school sat. It's Chicago State University BSc certificate.
So call him to order.
Just remember.
Sorry, call him to order.
Go ahead and land on that thought.
The issue here is, has Tinubu or did Tinubu at any time present a forged certificate to INEC? That is the issue.
And what
can we have your evidence that he did? Show us now.
Everybody in Nigeria.
Is there an evidence that you know?
Very well.
Where is it? Show us in your phone.
Please allow me.
Okay.
It's everywhere.
What is everywhere now?
Tinubu in 1999 presented to INEC that he attended St. Paul's Primary School. The evidence is there for Nigerians. So,
has he submitted it now?
Hold on. The question is, you are disqualified if you have submitted
Let's see the evidence now.
You're submitting that he perjured himself.
Not perjury. That one is an issue. That one is a different issue altogether. Okay. The issue is the Constitution says all this. The Constitution says you are not qualified. Section 1371J that a person is not qualified to run for office of president if he has submitted forged certificates to INEC. The question now is, Tinubu in 1999, Tinubu in 2003, Tinubu in 2003 submitted forged certificates to INEC. What are the forged certificates? One, Tinubu deposed on oath that he attended one St. Paul's primary school, which is false. Two, Tinubu submitted to INEC that he attended government college Ibadan, which is false.
He has said this thing again now. You understand? You're saying
please
this.
Allow me.
Allow you what now? You've said it before.
Tinubu submitted NYSC certificates to INEC that his name is Adekunle in 2003 and 2023. The question is, are these documents forged? If these documents are forged, are you asking a question or you went to court to verify?
No, that is not. Just a moment. Before I
have a judgment of the court, bring it out now.
The Constitution says that this Constitution is supreme and is binding on all authorities. And if the Constitution says...
And the Constitution has it that Asiwaju lied.
Just a moment.
The documents are there.
Gentlemen.
In the Constitution.
Okay, let people come out and tell Nigerians. The primary school he attended and secondary school he attended.
I told you,
Mr. Kalu, just a moment. Let me ask you. Just before I come to you.
Let's talk about issues.
Mr. Kalu, gentlemen, please. This is supposed to be a conversation, civil conversation.
And I've told you, I'm not telling you that it has not helped me in my business.
Just a moment.
Mr. Kalu, capacity now.
Just gentlemen. Hello, Mr. Kalu. Mr. Kalu.
Are we running a banana republic?
Mr. Kalu.
The Constitution is very clear. If you have forged,
so bring evidence and go to court now.
What evidence are we talking about?
So go to court and say
the Constitution has already said if you forge, you're not qualified. It is for INEC to make sure that the
right to INEC now.
Gentlemen, let's have a civil conversation. Let's have a civil conversation. As a lawyer, let me ask you, as a lawyer, and he asked the question, and I'm coming to you just in a moment. He said, who are Atiku's relatives? You not answer those questions.
You mean Atiku's relatives? These are not relevant issues here.
So, but you said he added Adekunle now.
Just a moment.
You went personal with that.
Hold on. Let's have a civil conversation.
About what they...
So we can go on and on with that, and I'm sure I played part of that. That's this thing for you yesterday. It's really interesting listening to these conversations. Not ask me anything I think go. But before we continue, as they get the calls, Shawari also gets something to talk about the certificates issue very quickly. As
what are the positives for you?
Nothing, because I rate the government from a number of parameters, and one of it is security. You know where we are failed. You know, we're talking about the power sector. The national grid has collapsed more than, anything else in this country in the last 3 years. We're talking about education. We are now asking our children to borrow to go to school. We are talking about healthcare. Even the president doesn't go to Nigerian hospitals. You're talking about food security. Nigeria is on the list of countries that is regarded as hungry, to the point that the FAO, I think is the body that's in charge of agriculture and food, the Food and Agriculture Organization. So
FAO.
Yes, considers Nigeria as one of the places you have to send food to in 2026 to feed these people. You're talking about the economy. We have grown the number of poor people from 70 million about 3 years ago to 140. Oh, that doesn't look good. We are talking about multidimensionally poor people. So you tell me, if you look at all these parameters, where I could fit even a good comment, where I can even grade them F. I can't find it. As I usually say, being a former professor or teacher, professor is what they call teachers in the US, university teachers, I would just ask the administration to be. That would have done. But if Tinubu were to be in my class, I'd just ask him to go and find another school or about.
So it looks like you're aligning with the NDC presidential candidate, who is also urging Mr. Tinubu to retire. But it's not a practice in this part of the world that we see politicians get to just resign just like that. But you've mentioned a few things.
I'm not asking him to retire. I'm asking him to go back to school. I've been through this before, and Nigerians have, fortunately, recent memory of the president having presented different sets of results in the past. I'm talking about 1999, when he presented certain primary school, and that he went to government college in Ibadan, and University of Chicago in 1999 was what he presented. University of Chicago. And I remember Chief Gani Fawemi taking him up upon finding out that he has a fake credential.
I'm on air now.
Yes,
Hello, Precious.
Sir, I was going to show you that. Sincere apologies, I cut off that conversation with Shauri abruptly. It was an error. But welcome, T.Y. Danjuma. Mr. Obisi, you're welcome. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Another beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, Precious.
I greet you back. I salute you back too. Now, when they don't ask salary for army officers, it be like it's not 200 that go the easy salute.
Now because
now, but they go they sweet them well. So
they don't give them more money
until they receive it now. Until they receive it,
they go receive the 1st of September. So now 200 go the easy agree then now. So that,
let them receive first.
But Precious, if you divide the money, whatever it amounts to, by 1,400 or 1,500 now, because the thing don't go.
It was a good news I brought. I don't want to
money. No,
so how much is their money now?
Yes, if we see better thing, we'll go. But divide that money, because the exchange rate now 1,400, as we call it here.
How much is the money now? How much is their money?
The money go be like one hour pay for somebody for here. 1 hour. Money for 1 month is 1 hour pay for here. So it amounts to nothing.
Well, even though it's the Nigerian standard of living now. So
and
that's what
it's not just saying it. It's not just saying mouthing it. They have to pay, because this government will be saying.
That's what I'm saying. Say until September now.
Yeah, they pay you good money. Yeah. You go look at your research to see whether na truly na money. I don't know whether them and IBB, which one it's a big shame. Precious, I beg, Obisi, I beg no verse, make I go first, because Precious I know like as Precious they drag my president this evening for they drag him for grand, because those of us where they here. You don't let people
I beg no come here.
Which president she dragging?
Make I go back, go play that show already.
They open our
and Nigerians have, fortunately, recent memory of the president having presented different sets of results in the past. I'm talking about 1999, when he presented certain primary school, and that he went to government college in Ibadan, and University of Chicago in 1999 was what he presented. University of Chicago. And I remember Chief Gani Fawemi taking him up upon finding out that he has a fake credentials. And the excuse then was that someone else had helped him to fill his form. And as a result, he made a mistake. That was how they went back to Chicago State University as his original university. So people were expecting, in view of the controversy around the NEPA certificate of Buhari, that this man will come clean. You all knew that the 2023 election was almost about credentials as well, where, there was a whole legal issue in Chicago, I think U.S. District Court of Chicago, over the certificate issue. And the university was compelled to release the certificate, but the public was skeptical. So people had expected that in filling out his form this time around, we'll see a primary school, you'll see a secondary school, and then we can now understand how he ended up at Chicago State University. That issue just became very, very murky. And as you can imagine, Nigerians expectedly jumped on the issue. There was something fishy and shady about the background of the president. As a presidential candidate myself, I realized that when people were filling forms, the president did not go near INEC. He sent third parties. And you can imagine that if you check very well, he's probably not the one who also did his other preparation for filling the form. And this is not acceptable under the Electoral Act, that the candidate doesn't even know the people filled out his forms or how his form got into INEC. So expectedly, Nigerians are very skeptical about the background of the president, that he has a shady background. If you add that to the whole legal issues behind drug pushing or drug trafficking in 1993, the issue of the fight in the U.S., and the refusal of the president to allow his personal records to be released to people who had applied for it through the Freedom of Information Act in the U.S., all get compounded. And everybody's just saying once again, here we go again, another NEPA certificate.
Well, but from your view, the law says school starts. So in your view, and this is your personal view now that I want to get from you, is it breaking the law if you didn't present primary and secondary but presented something higher than the minimum that is required? Or this is a moral argument you are making?
It's not a moral argument. The law says school certificate, that is the minimum. All right? So you cannot present a secondary school certificate, you present a university certificate. You have met the maximum requirement, but you have not met the minimum requirement. That's what the law says.
Okay. All right. No vex. National worry talk. No drag me put inside this matter.
Okay. Sorry. The thing we should already do no good now.
Good.
You know this.
Very wicked thing.
I wonder. I think we don't cover this thing from Toronto to Chicago University, from Chicago to Chicago State University. Even the one that Chicago
somebody State went to Toronto again.
Now Toronto now we first start from
Toronto.
Canada.
I don't know anything about Toronto. What's happened to her?
From Toronto, you become Chicago. Chicago University. They listen now from Chicago University now Chicago State. And when they come say, okay, make we see the certificate. Somebody go capture the one where they submit that time to INEC. Where they look and finish. First of all, they say the person will sign this thing. At the time where they purport say they sign that certificate, the person know the university. 1. 2, the person where they issue that certificate, the real certificate to a woman. 3, the forms no agree with the real listing of Chicago State University. That's why you see where Chicago State University don't close the thing don't tire them. That's why you don't university where you go they make inquiries from. They no go answer you. They will say no, we'll close the issue. You don't ever see that kind of thing because they themselves don't tire. You know. So now the NF the picture where they show say this now when they do national youth service. What Mr. Kayode don't come say if they don't stop that nonsense, go sue them for 500 million. Here now in picture.
Really?
Donald Duke don't come out say one picture where they show when he did 12 years. Say this man picture. Say in the appeal, say that they using one picture when in small to go they show say another person. So you go the wonder say why are we doing this thing to this man? It's not good now. It's not good now. Everything about
why is it not good? Come up with clean hands now.
Why are we doing this thing now? In age, so say 1952, another one say 1954.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Deloitte say, you know, they don't know anything.
TY, at 100 and something,
this man.
There were some. Okay.
Hold on, noticing. Because we can't hear saying Afiku Yomi, I first do the first one. The people where they do this into this man, not good though. Look when I fear God though.
You know good.
You know good. This is what they do. It's not good at all.
Chai. Thank you, T.Y. Danjuma. That's
the Nazists, the Nazi Germany that joined hands with Hitler and persecuted the Jews. Some of them that are still alive, when they get hold of them, find out what the evil they perpetrated then, they still bring them to book. So, I mean, it looks like it's a ghost that is ruling you people.
Sir?
Maybe it's a ghost, because
for
the
US,
other one. No, for that one
US.
country, for the country that has two major rivers. There's a country there's a country I know that has two major rivers, Benue River and Niger River, that met somewhere they call Lokoja. It looks like that country, the two people that have, one person that ruled them and has gone to meet his 72 virgins, and this other one, it looks like they were ghosts. Probably they were ghosts.
You're speaking in parables, so you know they let us understand, but it's okay. Just go ahead, because I won't understand what they talk. I don't understand them. But
You don't know the country that has two major rivers called Niger River and Benue River that met somewhere they call Lokoja. You don't know the country?
I still don't understand what you're saying, but just go ahead.
Oh, okay. It's a pity that I don't know how to. I mean, sometimes you get lost with words on how to describe an Anyway, I'm not surprised, because first off, the administration started with forgery, with Benje. When they brought fake bishops, those fake bishops they brought then, where are they now? Can somebody go and point out why didn't one of them come with these other bishops last week? So all those bishops, they went and sold all those rag and put on them. Where are they now? So you see that you have a criminal enterprise that is ruling a country that is the most populous black nation in the world, that boasts of the most educated immigrants in America, in the US, and wherever they find themselves. And yet we cannot come together and bring somebody that can turn the fortunes of the country around. Singapore is there. We knew.
But this administration is turning your fortune, the fortune of the country around.
Okay, they have turned your own fortune. Were you included in the salary increase?
They said that they turn them around.
They said, did he affect you? How many people has he affected on your streets? How many people have come? At a time, somebody came and said he was making 250 million, or 250,000 in selling agbado. That's the country you live in. And then the next day he came and started begging again. So the country is the administration is built on sand that is being washed away by erosion. Now they have gone to forge. How do they get these people that forge all this stuff?
They have gone to forge again. Who forged something?
No, be you read them here. The Catholic youth.
Okay, the accusation where the Catholic youth then they make an accusation now.
Who's okay? It's accusation, right? What about when they came out and said? I read when you said it's supposed to be CYAN, not CYON.
No, it's CYON. That is Catholic.
No, but the real one is CYAN, Association of Nigeria.
It's CYON. Why what is posted is CYAN?
Ah, okay. What is posted? What they forged? Because they are not part of the ministry. So how would they know? And it baffles me how they get the people that will align with them and forge. They forged certificates to come into power. They brought fake bishop. So everything about this administration is fake. they have fake offices. Now, you read where they have removed whatever padding they padded in the 2025 budget, right? So that one is no longer, it's not, they purged it away. It's no longer in the news. I mean, if you want to rule, must you be this evil?
No,
must you rule?
Let's be fair with what we say, please. I don't think attributing the leadership of Nigeria to evil, it's a good thing to say, but just whilst you're entitled to your opinion, please.
So what do you mean by let's? So all these things they are doing is angelic, Abi. All this forgery. No, it's angelic. Okay, must you be this angelic to rule? At least be human. Be a human. You are too angelic for us. It is the angels that we know that even the angels themselves, they are not that perfect, because at a time the scripture said the sons of men, they came down, they saw the daughters of men and they fell. So your angelic way of ruling is on the high side. Must you be that? A country where animals swallow money. A country where when you bring somebody, I'm surprised, no, but anyway, they have not brought anybody yet. A country where when you bring somebody to book who did evil, they faint in the court. They faint in the court and they let them go. This is a country where somebody was on a wheelchair and went to London and began to run. I mean, why must everything be fakery? Why not come out the way you are and see whether Nigerians will accept you? And see what they're doing in Oyo. Is it a delicate state, Osho? See how they brought out women in hijab to go and campaign. So what are we doing to ourselves? It's so baffling. And for especially for, I don't know how you guys are coping over there, you guys that are in the midst of the water. For me, for us that are over here, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting that this is what is the best your country can afford. A country that has professors all over the place. Even if they're not professors, they have thriving businessmen all over the place. You know, Donald Trump, only once he saw what was wrong, and he made up his mind that I'm going to come and change the way this country is being run. And he has come. He has made a mark, and he is making a mark. If not for Donald Trump's today, all of us will be shouting Allah Akbar in this country. But at least his coming has stemmed it a little while. Until he leaves, then they bring up Democrats that will usher in all kind of people again. I mean, I don't know, man. Let me use to see why. It's horrible.
Now, wow. I don't know how we will do this thing. Yeah, the first problem now 2027. Make people come vote. Precious, you remember, say 20 years ago, there was an EFCC chairman. I don't know whether you remember his name. We point out 5 most corrupt governors.
And I make I just do as you just talk I just do like it be like say I just read your mind. Says I just
3 of them.
Now.
3 of them today, they Senate. 3 of those corrupt. This is where the man talk. Whether a man have been a woman, say I don't remember again. The EFCC chairman. So 3 of those people will point out, say the most corrupt, not be saying only the corrupt, the most, the highly corrupt.
Okay, 3 they Senate. What about the other 2? Where are they?
2 there for that place where they use where they don't come out power. They use They use which did they use? Solar.
Okay,
solar.
the one that is by the rock.
The one where they use solar power. I don't forget the thing don't come
The building by the rock now. The building by the rock.
Yeah, you know that place.
Yeah.
So two days there, so 5.
And everybody is having selective amnesia this night.
The Nigerian problem don't make me. I know they remember anything.
They come out now. I understand.
They do me some. They do me somehow. So
just like my network they do me since morning. My network self don't erase all my memory.
You see,
just go ahead.
5 of them. 1 9 day in charge of Hello Chamber. The first one, Hello Chamber. The other 2 people joining there.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. These people, are they the people that one person came up and said, if you are supporting this, if you give these people 30 years, and anybody that is supporting them, their memory washes away. Is it some people we are talking about?
Now, you know, where they say if you join this party, your sins are forgiven. All of them don't join one party now. Now one party now, all of them did. One party.
Really?
All of them don't move from their various parties. The ones with the PDP, the ones with the Clinical, all of them don't go. Because if you come there now, it's a hoodoo for you. No matter how. That's why they tell my brother, I say, my mistake now you make. If I just do like Yabelo, just like say do like that now, nothing. They go really and quick.
You know the kind of thing you know the kind of thing where Mefele commit. Now wait to make it they talk or this one where they talk.
What they say?
You know the thing with Mefele. You know what
they say? What they say commit?
What they say commit.
Not be say commit. What they say? You know they spoil my brother. What they say commit?
You know that go sin. Your sin go reach Holy Spirit hand.
You
know sin against Holy Spirit.
You know get plane. No, you know get aircraft. You know get Rolls Royce. You know get hotel all over the place. At least we know the people where they there, we get Rolls Royce, where they serve government, they never work anywhere, they don't do any job.
At least they have had the Rolls Royce before they were even born.
They say their papa buy them for them. They get hotels, they get houses, they get for even for here where we do, so they get houses all over the place. You know, so now you know the thing we put fake DG inside trouble. Make you cut not chop clean mouth. Okay, if you chop alone, you die alone. That's the motto. So when you chop now, you won't die alone. Now it cause this problem. But like say you chop, clean mouth. You do the normal thing.
But let me ask. Let's talk. So what can be done? Because see, Oshun, they are threatening hell and fire, brimstone and.
Yeah, it's in a delicate talk, Abi. So, but we don't endorse you as our presidential candidate.
Now that one I just cut my head. You don't say okay. Everything I want, I don't give you
okay, but I still blame him on that, because if you want to do something, you stand up as a man and challenge whatever you want to challenge. Okay, you have given that's the gift of the devil. You give them one leg, they say, give me the 2.
Obviously, go sit down. If like say you don't understand the thing where they happen for there. You don't understand it.
When you are endorsing, do you think that the person that they brought to be the governor will leave you alone? Also, my own governor, Imo State governor, said by all means they must win Osun. So
if he learn, you see, if he go learn from one Bafo. If he learn from one Bafo, go do this trouble when he did. If he learn from, there are many of them where you could mention. Maybe the smart. The first lady don't want him. Tell her say, you have to respect me. Shut your mouth. Don't. Even though you be governor, you are nothing. Now signal I they give him for his state, but if like say you don't understand the signal where the first lady go take away in this thing for public for his state,
So what would they do? What would they do? Assuming Osun people come out en masse and vote for the incumbent governor, what would they do?
You know, say,
Precious as Zaya.
You know, say Osun State. If you dig deep, if you look inside, you go see say people like say get one big Baba will come from there. So that state, not be that's you can't disgrace me in Abuja, disgrace me in Lagos, can't disgrace me in Osun State. Wait in Kïllëd. We should begin to show respect to some people now. The place where
you heard what the governor, what the party chairman Yewande has said about winning Osun, and also said that it's a must for them. And people are wondering why does it have to be that?
You can't be disgracing somebody like that now. You went to body law, you disgrace him. You disgrace him in Ikoyi, disgrace him in Lagos, disgrace him in Aso Rock. Kïllëd now. Show some respect. You know, you have to.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If Osun people come out en masse and vote overwhelmingly for Adeleke, what will they do?
The other problem where I see, you know, say Adeleke na Chinedu. So Adeleke na Chinedu.
No be Lagos. No be Lagos go or not that. No,
Lagos.
Lagos they do that part. Because I have not heard that Adeleke is not a full-fledged Yoruba. It's Lagos that would say.
I think say that they do Chinedu for there too.
No, they have. I don't know. I have never heard that he's not Yoruba enough.
Okay.
It's the other guy in Lagos that they say it's not Yoruba enough.
Okay. But not the same thing now. Not the same thing now.
But all those now Lagos they do that. Only Lagos they do that thing. Oh, I never see any other Yoruba states that this is so bigoted like Lagos.
Okay. Now you they talk that one. No, let any legation here.
They are, yep.
All right, no, Mr. Hello, you're welcome.
There are evidences. There are evidences there.
Hello,
the guy that bought mandilas, at least that one happened recently. They put mandilas. Everybody, instead of people to go and bid and buy, then they allow this person to bid, he buy. And all these years he has been owning it, been paying for his loan. All of a sudden you wake up and say it's no longer. I mean, where can that kind of a thing happen? Where can that kind of a thing happen? But anyway, you know,
yes,
one day.
That's anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, hello, Precious. Good evening, and good evening, everybody.
Good evening, hello, welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Addison. Good evening, yeah. Before we continue, Precious, I need to say something to you quickly, please.
What did I do?
Hold on. You know, yesterday, I'm not accusing you, please. I'm not accusing you. I don't know, because I know I was booted out yesterday. I think you said you're disconnected or something. I think after 20 minutes again, I say they call me, they accuse me, say they talk on top of people. Me, I'm not dead in your life again.
Me accuse you, say you talk.
Go watch the video again.
Talk for comment section, not be me.
No. Watch the video again.
I mentioned your name. Okay,
you mentioned my name.
To call somebody else. Sorry.
You said I'll come out for you. I'll come out. Hello, I'll come out.
But it was a joke now. You notice that was a joke. I didn't know it was
because
I think it was
because what I mean is that I'm not there. I don't come out. I don't come out to me.
It was IK.
After 20 minutes now, see they call my name again saying I be the.
Because now you be the intrude now. You know, say now be the.
Which shall be an intrude? Okay.
Hot. Like, you know.
No. Okay, now give an example now. See Mr. OBC now as the talk now. Maybe Tiwa Judge might get a question to ask, and he kind of say, okay, I beg, hold on. It's the same way. So why might go different? So if they bring talk, they come, and I see where the talk they go, and something come to me before I go forget, or I need. So okay, see this the way they answer me.
I'm sincere apologies for that. But if you want us to address that, there is nothing wrong if it is a one-off thing and you just thought of something and you say, please hold on, let me drop a thought. But when it becomes a habit and is very frequent, in one conversation, it can happen like 5 times or 6 times or even more or less than 2. You understand? And that makes it look like you always want to speak ahead of others all the time. And there are simple ways one can handle that. If you know you have something to say, you can quickly just type it down in your phone. You don't join with your camera. So that means you can quickly just slide to your keypad and quickly type it down so that you can remember it. So when it's now your time to speak again, I remind the person that, hey, the other time you talk so thing, see what I get to talk about them. You yourself, you talk so thing then, so that we can speak like organized people. Truth be told, yes, I do know that we give everybody speaks, we have the freedom to speak, but truth be told, it doesn't sound well. If you go back and listen to it, you notice that we talk on top of each other and it doesn't sound. So I'm not saying this because it is
it's all right. No worries.
It doesn't sound good in the ear. If you say go back, go here, and you go tell yourself, say, "Kai, maybe this."
For me,
so usually I tell people that we are our own best critic. You understand? If you go back and listen, you notice that they sound good. Then you go understand what's in the try talk. I don't know what I get my point.
Well, it's all right. I get you. I understand you. It's all right. I'm okay with it. It's okay. That's fine. It's okay. I will forget about it.
No vex, I call you. I even notice say, be like say for the end again, I say, hello, your parting shot. So you and T.Y. Danjuma don't turn to my catechist and my cardinal. So what's I go do now? So is there no call T.Y. Danjuma name your name I go call?
Because
so
I will no problem because even when I try to make I come in again, but I just forget about it.
For the past, if one of the reasons I've not had a guest is because my network providers, the two of them decide they just want Chris at the same time. If you notice the quality of the video, if you're watching from YouTube, you notice the quality is low, and the reason is because my network is very poor. It's very, very, very poor. I'm paying for a higher Mbps. Yet what I'm getting is so low. I could even barely. I'm even trying to upload videos and all that. I can't even upload.
These are all the reasons that
I've been trying to upload on videos since yesterday. I don't even upload.
Okay, these are all the reasons we are yearning for a better Nigeria.
I know.
If there is a better Nigeria, this equipment, all these equipment will be available.
And it is something I'm paying
that
for.
can provide this high-speed tech. Everything will be available.
Nobody will pay me for the inconveniences of the services who I don't pay for. I was just telling somebody that I'm going to go to the office tomorrow and snack my hand for table shower.
Yeah, because normally if you're getting a poor service like this, there was supposed to be like a refund or some.
Yeah, and then no formal apology that we notice that your network has not been optimal. Please, we apologize. I don't know.
So and you know that some African countries have free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I've been to some of the some
African countries have free Wi-Fi.
You could see the way things are working, even on their airports. You will connect to free Wi-Fi.
How can it be that people that call themselves giant of Africa, the most populous black nation, 1 in every black man in the world, 1 in every 5 black men in the world is in Nigeria? How is it that we don't know how to do stuff? We can't organize ourselves at home. Yet abroad, they are making waves. I still have.
Let me drop my thoughts, please. Let me drop my thoughts. We know we've been on this case of this issue of this certificate issue. I'm happy you could see them now. It is being repeated. It's being questions is being asked over it now, because you could see if we go back to 2023, you could see when he brought in the secondary school, the primary school, he brought in the certificate of school that wasn't in existence. I think 4 years after, I don't want to talk much about that. The certificate he presented, the school was not even in existence. Okay, now, fast forward to 2027 now. He is unable to provide the primary school certificates. He's unable to provide the secondary school certificates. And I think you said something even with your title.
Fireburn them.
Hold on now. Even on the title of on the live screen now, it says shocking. Why National Assembly legitimized certificate forgery? You can see. Okay, now you're not telling me now the same National Assembly legitimize it to say, okay, even though you are caught on a certificate or you're not able to do that, this and that, you are allowed to continue. You're allowed to continue in a very civilized world, and the rest of the world are watching. They are watching Nigerians, and this kind of stuff is happening. They will ask, what breed of human beings are these people? That's the question. That's a question mark. So now, fast forward to even with the other video you were playing regarding the arguing on the TV, on the channels which you played earlier on. You could see if I say, when I
will be back
the other one,
if you guys are still here. When I'll be back. Let me join.
Okay, when I make a pronouncement of some words yesterday, because when you cannot come on air, it's like what is on the public domain. You as you know this thing is bad. You will still continue to defend it. You're defending the indefensible. What you know is wrong. You're still defending it. You are gaslighting Nigeria, as in trying to push your will on. So I don't know a better word to call that kind of a person. This is on the public domain. Everybody knows this already, that this is bad, and you're still trying to force it on Nigeria. No, this is wrong, and it's painful when we continue to see these things constantly. So that is why I said, if it's where we are now, you see, these are the things. They don't let you get away with it. Every day, they will be using it on you. They will be using it on you until that stuff is settled, until it has been resolved. That is when you will see everything will cool down. You see, the Nigerian politicians here, they continue to play on the intelligence of Nigeria. To them, they believe that if they make a noise a little bit, after some time, it will die down. Nobody will talk about it again. Automatically, they feel they can get away. That is why they feel they can get away with anything. Because after they will only talk once or twice, after some time to cool down, it will fade away. Nobody will talk about it again. So that is why I will still continue to ask the mainstream medias, what are they doing? Because these are the people that were supposed to checkmate these people constantly. And we need to start doing Nigerians need to start doing something, how the mainstream media can free themselves of, more like they need to be independent of the government. That's another angle again we must look, and they must get funding. If Nigerians need to also start funding these people, like maybe other countries which they have, if they need to start funding it separately away from the government, so that these people can be independent to make sure they are able to do their job. That is another angle which I will look about. As for the Osun election that is coming up, you see, for me, I think Tiwa Dejuma was trying to say, give one baba, one respect or whatever, this and that. The people of that state are the one who is supposed to determine who is to govern them, not one person somewhere, or the disrespect the so-called person went to that state to give to the executive governor of that state. And as for the governor, I will give him his own side of the blame. We are fighting for a better country. In the first place, why will you open your mouth and even allow your party to go endorse the same party that is causing confusion in your state? Is that not foolishness? Is that not foolishness? There are other people you are to align yourself with. I'm not saying align yourself with, there is Obi there, there is Atiku there. There are other people who are fighting this battle, which you can align yourself with, to make sure you have a better election, as in a free and fair election, which these other people, which of the oppositions are fighting for. These are the people you need to align yourself with. Not you going saying, coming out to say we have endorsed this. You have endorsed this. They are coming for your head, and you are saying you are endorsing the same people coming for your head. Are these people okay? That is why sometimes I ask, what kind of planet are these people operating for or operating from? Huh? What is going on? That is why I will still say the Nigerian people need, like I said last time, education. Education. How do we, because I know due to the way things have gone, due to because things have gone so bad. How do we, although in our own little way, we are doing what we can, but how do the Nigerian population, how can they be educated? So they should know, because if these people can take themselves off this trap or this where they find themselves, if they can take themselves out of it. Okay, now you make an announcement again today that the military have gotten a pay rise. A pay rise. They've increased their wages, or should I say they've increased their salary or whatever. Precious, election is coming. What do you expect? The other day, I think they say some of the wives of the military were threatening them, coming on the social media, coming everywhere, telling them this government must go. The old military officer, military wife will not. What do you expect? Because then themselves, it's out of panicking, out of panic and fear. That is the reason why they went quickly went to do this. So say, okay, we've done this, so we're giving you guys a little bit of increment. That's the reason. So if you're to make, first of all, if you're to make that Nigerian work, if these people if they are to make Nigerian work, first of all, every Nigerians must be able to go to the bank and borrow money they want to borrow, to do any businesses they want to do. They must create that environment for them to be able to get access to fund. And again, the electricity must be 24 hours. And first of all, and one thing Nigerians must know, you see, the energy which we're talking about, which means more like the fuel, the petrol, and so on and so forth. Those are the lifeblood of every economy in the world. Without energy, there is no economy. Nothing can work. I do business as well, so I know I know the implication of all these things. Not on a small scale. We're talking a massive business, not this small scale which we're talking about. But in every economy, if any country must grow, that is why you see every country they don't play with energy, and the government of each of those countries try to see how they can make energy affordable to every of our citizens. They make sure that energy is affordable. Because once you are able to solve that energy out, then every other thing will fall in place. Nigeria is gifted. Yes. Nigeria has its own energy. It has everything to become great. But due to the people in charge who have got no idea of what to do, they've pushed the people into suffering.
Thank you. Let me hear from Mr. Johnson very quickly before I
I salute everybody. You know, after this heated discussion, I salute sir. And now our mama be that. I salute our mama. And he know himself now. Although I'm 70, but he's still our mama. So now our mama be that. The real our mama in the media. So, and I look at my good friend here as the level-headed one, Mr. Danjuma. And of course, the gentleman who just spoke is also a good friend of mine.
Thank you very much, sir.
You know, if you weren't my friend, I'd say you're a troublemaker. But I will call you.
You're calling T.Y. Danjuma the level-headed one, but with a touch of small worry.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
He does it out of love. Anytime he preaches you, I can see it. And like I said, I would have called my good brother a troublemaker, but instead I've seen him as a troubleshooter. He's very intelligent. He's really actually intellectualizing things that needs to happen all the time, and he's pointing it out. And then for my poor self, I just call myself the prophet of doom, because I've seen this years and years before. And I'll give you an example. When I went to Nigeria, I left Nigeria I think 82 or 83, and I left in 83, and I came back right away to adjust my status to student. But on the way to the airport 4 years later, I saw a gentleman that I knew, and I'm not going to mention his name beyond the fact that his name was Taju, but he was the head. This is what happened. I just noticed his voice, and I looked at him from behind, 4 or 5 years down the line, old-time friend of 7, 10 years ago, and I recognized the voice. So then I recognized him. Then I grabbed him. And all of a sudden, they look like hoodlums. They probably were high secret service or whatever, airport intelligence, security. And they grabbed me. My mother was crying and everybody was grabbing and saying, Bioye, what's wrong? And I mentioned his name and said, Taju. And I guess it dawned on him that he knew me. And he did his finger, he snapped his finger and they got off me. And I'm like, who are this? And he said, oh, I'm the head of the airport security. I'm like, you? Immediately he knew what I was going to say because I'm a very expressive person. So he said, hold on. Come on, let me show you my office. We went into a little small office, kind of like a little ragtag office, computer. Of course, in those days, computer was not the best, but fair enough for Nigeria in those days. It wasn't too good. But he had an office and he had all these 4 or 5 guys. And he dismissed them and sent me some meat pies for my guests. And he remembered me. And he said, oh, that's your mom? I said, anyway, let me not go into the theatrics. So he said, you know why I told them to leave? Because I know you'll just be talking. Because when I said you, he knew exactly what I was saying. He had no high school degree. He had no way to be where he was. So I asked him, I said, how did you get here? He said, well, you all are going abroad. Keep on going abroad. They only going to use those of us that are left with or without nothing. He said, I bought my school certificate, and I raised my hand to tell you this. I bought my school certificate. I joined the police as an inspector, rose up to a certain stage. I bribed my way all the way down here. You know, in those days, a close friend will tell you these things. And I never would have said this many years ago. But considering what's happening in Nigeria, it's all clear to me now how it happened. And I'll confess to you, when I was in law school for first year, I was offered to come to Nigeria, not even to go to classes, not to do anything. But and then when I questioned that kind of audacity, that how could you go to a law school? We're talking in the 80s, 89, something like that. And I said, how could that happen? I'm not going to mention names, but you could deduce whatever you want. And they said, oh, it's easy. You just get your certificate. And they also confined it that, don't you know that even lawyers, judges, and all of them, they don't have real certificates. That was then. And imagine if the truth is ever investigated, how many even judges, considering how they write, how they talk sometimes, you really wonder if they actually went to law school. And I'm not diminishing Nigeria. There's a lot of in Nigeria, but many of us have left. And they've made a good divide. Only a few people like yourself, ma'am, can say, okay, you know, we want you to come back. Actually, a lot of people see it as, okay, you're the bright ones, you're gone, stay there. But unfortunately, like, and another story I'll tell real quick, and not my personal story, but the real story of life. Think about it. There is no kingdom that thinks they will conquer. Let's say, for example, me and Dajuma, we are both empires, and I'm able to conquer his kingdom. I might cut his head off, but I'll never destroy his children, because my thinking would be, I'm going to bring them down, teach them my way of life, teach them how to speak, like teach them my culture in that country, and report back to me. Same thing happens to our fathers. Our fathers, they went to England, they went all abroad, and when they came back, they demanded their independence. And the same thing will happen to us. You know how many Nigerians are in America? Millions. You know, and not to talk about everywhere else in the world. So what is happening now around the world is really making this idea become a reality, that they will get rid of us. I don't care if you're a doctor in America, give yourself 5 more years to start preparing to go back home. I'm giving myself 5 more years. I already bought a burial ground. I've done everything I need to do in life, except being a part of government. They kind of like gave that. I had to run away from that, because I saw at close up what is really happening. And when we're talking about Osun, that you all mentioned just now, to get back to earth, when we're talking about Osun, the real battle, most people don't understand. It's a battle between crooks and crooks. I respect very highly Governor Alia, but he also a funny background when it comes to all around him. And I don't know, I could say it right before his face, if he ever we meet here, and I'll tell him exactly who I'm talking about. Many of them. I have nothing to do with their state. So that's one of the main battles going on in Osun. Who's going to take charge of this, what do you call it, this crooked society system? Now, Adeleke has been warned, like somebody said, when the wife of Tinubu disrespected him at the Oni of Ife's birthday or something like that. It was a subtle way of saying, we've got your dozer. That's what they do. People forget way back when there was a little problem within the DSS and this and that and that. That's when they took all the documents from there, people's profiles, destroyed what they wanted to destroy, including Tinubu's profile. You know, I was born into these things, that we hear these things, we know these things. There's intelligence that can disappear, but there's still trace. That's the beauty of intelligence. Even those houses that they say they burnt, you know, like it's happened in the olden days. You know, when I say olden days, my olden days, in the 60s, 70s, we had big high rises burnt where files were, but the documents still exist. Ribadu would understand how to get that. He's in charge of internal affairs. They still have copies. And without saying much, I'll just enjoy your show. And if I can say anything, but I love all three of you and those that are listening. You always bring very, very good people on here. And I've listened to almost every one of your live. And I'm always prompted to come out sometimes. But
thank you.
I'm glad you took me up. Yeah,
thank
I salute Baba.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. See why don't Juma? Night don't come. Make a let you talk.
Yes. Just one more.
Can you end the talk?
You know, Mr. Johnson made very, very germane points. Where was the system? Where were they looking? Where are these screening agencies that could not detect that someone who should not, under normal circumstances, be cleared to run for office is left to run for Senate, for governor, and to whatever level that person may be? It's not only him. We saw it in Delta State, where a former governor, you know, who had done some they went to court and the court said, no, it's not him, he's a lookalike, but tried under the same crime outside in the UK. It was clear that our judiciary has turned to the woman now on the sea. And yet, the same people where they steal their money, when he steal their money, were even pushing him to go and run for another office after even the conviction. The same people where the same man will steal their money for Kogi, is still nominated or won a party. Tell me which kind of party go get that person out. Say make you go run for Senate, go approve him, even if the person apply. So you and many of them all over. This person will get case with EFCC. We're supposed to go the cool down for somewhere. You know, make it become number 3. So you need to begin to ask yourself questions. Say, is this normal? If not cause, may they go church or go mosque, may they break that cause. Because we cannot say we don't see these things. So some of the things where they happen to us today, we saw it, we knew it. Because if you garbage in, you can only garbage out. What you sow is what you reap. So yes, we they cry. Say our country don't turn upside down. But you saw these things. You pretended as if it's not true. A House of Assembly for one of the states, where debate the matter, they're very clear for their eye. They say, no, everything is good. You think the paper us now? Only very few. Now go, if they enjoy a matter, and that's few, may God help them. Because this whole thing will come crashing down, and they can't run. That they are playing, aircraft where they get, where they say they go feel run enter inside that aircraft come out, or past Republic of Benin come out, it not going to happen again. It will not happen. Because they know. They are amassing the money because they know when it happens, they want to run away. It not going to happen. At least some of them, they go catch some of them. It will not happen. And just to end the whole thing, you see how they curse this man of God, where they point finger, say, trouble there, trouble there, trouble there. They curse him. Boala, Wike, Bayo, Babajide, Reno Mokri, and many of them are sorry for me. We're going to go repent too. Because the thing where they come, some of themselves, I cannot even talk. Some of them, they go regret. They go regret their life for some of these things we did.
Oh, pardon me, madam. I know you said closing it up, but I'd like to mention something. For those that are so worried and scared about Lagos, I would like to tell you guys that Lagosians, those who are true Lagosians, we grew up believing that Lagos is for all. And we accept whether it's an Igbo man. As you can see, most of those who were pushed on us were not even from Lagos State itself. But remember one thing, we know ourselves and we know what our plans are. I'll tell you 3 things and go write it in the back of your hand. One of the programs we used to have, which we just put on hold, is twofold. One, that we will bring Abuja back to Lagos if we ever have the opportunity. 2,
that means you restore Lagos as the capital city?
Yes, that's number 1. Number 2, we intend that no matter what is formed as an Oduduwa Yoruba culture, Lagos will be highly independent and will stand alone. And we have more backing than you think. And that.
So what are you trying to say? Are you saying that the Kïllëd do not believe in the talk about Lagos being for all Yorubas? Are you saying that that's
No, Kïllëd do not. We disagree with that. You see, this concept
Why
comes
do you disagree with that?
Okay, because we know the history of Lagos. We know the total history of Lagos. Look, I grew up in the palace. I used to wrestle with children of Eredua, Oboyekon's children. We used to wrestle together. So I know this story, the real story of Lagos. And it is for everybody. And we have accepted whether it's Igbos, whether it's Yorubas. It is really
I can attest to the fact that Lagosians are very accommodating. I've had quite a couple of them as good friends from Lagos Island to Badagry. They are very accommodating and tolerant people. So I can agree with you. But then what does that have to do with what you're saying, sir?
Okay, what I'm saying is when we totally take charge of Lagos, for example, right now they've seen our cry. They've accepted the female to be the from Badagry. And I'm not from Badagry, the female to be, who is also like those core Lagosians. In the end, with the demise of Tinubu, which will be pretty soon, we will make sure that Lagos is actually run equally by everybody. It'll be like New York or like Washington, D.C., that equal state. Even though it's Washington, D.C. is 70% black, so is Russia state capital too, 7% black. And the thing about it is when the politics is right, all these issues will never happen. And I'm not the one to say that those who are ruling us, who are Yorubas but not from Lagos, they really have no right. They really have no, I don't want to call it right, but they have the right, the same right an Igbo person who like Marwa, for example, was an Hausa man. He was the governor of Lagos State, though military. So when we saw how he did pretty well, even though he grew up in Lagos. That's the same way we see our fellow Igbo guys and everybody else. But
so whatever you're saying now, whether it is that you guys have had a plan or not, do you have the structure? Remember that your population is not even that much as the Aborigines of Lagos, as it were. So do you people have the structure to be able to meet up whatever it is you plan? That's the question. Do you have the structure? Because I mean, now people now hold the structure. Structure is very important in Nigerian politics.
Right.
You don't have the structure. You're not in government, so you don't have the power to effect whatever you want to do. So how do you do what you want to do?
I'll
and remember that people in power now have said that what happened in 2023 cannot repeat itself. That nobody can win Lagos again.
They'll be surprised. They'll be surprised. We're working on it. They'll be surprised. Don't forget now, and this is what I want to say, not only about Lagos. I want everybody to understand the beauty of a secret ballot. You can do whatever you want. I'm not saying take their money. I'm not saying tell them who you want to vote for. You can be out there and say, God bless ADC or APC, and go in there and vote Nigerian Democratic Party. Nobody would know who you voted for. That's the beauty of a secret ballot. And you're not voting in front of everybody. And like I said the other day or yesterday, we should have a way in which we can show the world we are the people voting for Obi. So if the number is so mass, if 1,000 people are standing out there saying we vote for Obi, tell me how they could reverse that. It's pragmatic, it's simple, and it'll work. So, but as far as the structure, we always had the structure. The problem is
okay,
we
somebody
transferred.
is in the comment section responding to you. Said your line that Yoruba land is for all Yorubas. So, and that's when I'll have to ask that question I usually ask. Can you go to a state and contest election and win?
I hope you could respond to that. I don't. There's been few.
I'm
like
just
my
saying,
father.
can you or any of your siblings go to a Ekiti state and contest election and win?
I will answer that question with saying this.
Ekiti person can come to Lagos and
it's 1 in a million. It's 1 in a million places. My father was one of those. He was the first chairman of the Ibadan Local Council. He was fought vehemently by Awolowo. And finally, by him being the first chairman, he did everything right. He was close to the Olubadans and all that, and the market women. He introduced this women in politics kind of thing. And that's very rare. Being an indigene of Lagos.
That is hard to happen in the present.
No, it doesn't happen. It cannot happen.
Why?
They do not accept us.
Why can it not I'm coming, sir. Why can it not happen if someone from Ogun State, someone from Ekiti State, someone from Osun State, someone from Oyo State can become anything in Lagos State? And besides, both your present governor and deputy are all not from your state, as it was, you said.
You have to understand, prior to Tinubu,
if they can come from other states, other Yoruba lands to rule in Lagos State, why can you not go to those places?
No. Legally speaking, it is the fact that it is possible. But the fact also is there that they do not allow it. It's a frown. Even somebody from
Why do they not allow
State,
it? Because I've had an experience of somebody who's from Lagos State, even Lagos State, Badagry area, had an appointment in one of the political appointment, one of the southwest states, and I did know that in fact it was almost in the news that some traditional rulers were saying that governor, you called somebody from another place to call, the position never reached us,
you said it.
So if it can happen, so I don't know, but I just thought that was a one-off anyway. So are you
no. It's the Yoruba way. It's the Yoruba way. The traditional rulers, and they claim that this is my land, and it's tribalism in a way. And it's still, for example, look at what's happening to the Igbos as far as their houses and land. The one the gentleman mentioned, I read over it. I almost cried. He bought a big high rise, and all of a sudden, you guys are tweeting him out of it. And
so the question is that if you cannot go to Ekiti State or your state or Osun State to contest election, how is it that every other person from Yoruba, every other Yoruba state lays claim to Lagos State?
The reason was they use the excuse. They always say that it's a federal state. It doesn't belong to anybody. No man's land. And before Tinubu,
saying that it's actually the Yorubas that have said that it is no man's land, not
yes, not all the people. Not all the people. It's only the Yorubas that they use it very cleverly. And ever since Tinubu, we have absconded our own rules. Even the kings, they bow down to him. The Oba of Lagos is a very good friend of my father's and my brother. And I hate to say this, but they are second subordinate to him. For wherever he found his little charm of little trickery from the devil himself, he has totally controlled states like that, especially Lagos. So everything has to come through him now. And even the guy who's the power base in Lagos now, structurally, like you're saying, had their family, yes, but he had no real, I've forgotten the name now. They have no real structure that if anything wants to go through from Lagosians, has to go through him. We're wary of it. We know what's happening. But we're going to totally take back what is ours. Lagos is for Lagosians, which means if you were born in Lagos, you're a Lagosian. And that is the difference. If you're born in Lagos, you have that right. Even legally, if you come from Kaduna and you stay long enough in Lagos, you could be the governor. Legally, but like you say, structurally, they can do. Even look at the Speaker of the House who was returned. He's from Abeokuta. He's not even from Lagos, Obasa. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. Since I see you are getting ready close or something like that, unless if you're still on, I'll hang on with you guys. So, boss, she's taking a quick pause. Can you hear me?
Okay. Tiwa, can I put a question across to you, Tiwa Danjuma?
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Okay.
I want to sign off.
Yeah. Do you remember? Have you? There was a video I come across. One of the Reverend Father. You know what he was saying? He said, "A time is coming He said Nigerians. He said the politicians who you see yourself, you put yourself in an escort, and the sari it keep blowing. Woo, 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 woo. He said a time is coming. The Nigerian people will stop at the road. They will drag you people out and they will beat the hell out of you. That was what I come across that video some days ago. But that was what the Reverend Father was saying. Similar to what this Reverend Father that went to you people's leader or whatever went to him and they were all talking about. But this one was clear when he was analyzing it. He said the time is coming, and the earlier the better for these people, because the gap between the elite in that country and the ordinary Nigerians, the gap is too much. You see, over here, you guys know what I'm talking about. You can be working with a billionaire on the streets, putting on a 3/4. You won't know that person is a billionaire. You all know this. Everybody, we treat ourselves equally, equally. The gap is not, because you could even see the system. The system even take more from the rich and give to the ordinary people on the street. They took more in taxes. And one thing this system has done is to differentiate. Businesses, as in business from politics. Like, if you want to become rich, go and do business. But if you want to come and serve the people, you must stay away from business. You will stay away from businesses, and you will stay away from maybe maybe you want to go other things you feel you can get money that will make you want to. And if you're thinking of being rich, go look for a business and start doing. But you want to serve on the government, you must follow the rules and regulations. You will see what they've successfully established, and which has favored every one of us here. But my thought is this: if Nigerians are able to make those people, at least you differentiate being rich from being, differentiate that, and for other people, differentiate both. They're able to govern and differentiate it from businesses. I think things can go well. If you're thinking of being rich, go get a business.
Okay,
if you want
hello, hello, I'm so sorry for cutting you because I need to wrap up. My network is just.
I understand. I know. It's all right.
So I wanted I didn't quite hear how he addressed that situation.
Okay.
About the legation issue. I noticed somebody also said that a Yoruba man can become a governor or commissioner in any Yoruba land. And I dare say, please show me example, because it would be nice that have a superior argument over what Mr. Johnson here has told us. Because you're using Aregbesola was a commissioner in Lagos State, became a governor in other states. No, he became a governor in Osun State, where he is originally from. Mr. Johnson is Aregbesola not originally from Lagos State.
You're right. You're right.
Not originally from Osun State. He's originally from Osun State. Yes, right. He's originally from Osun State. That's why he became a governor in Osun State. So no, name at least 5 core Lagosians who have become governors. I'm coming, sir. No vex. Name 5 Lagosians, people who are originally traced to Lagos State, who have become governors, commissioners in any Southwest states. Please name them, and I challenge you. And if you can't do that, 5 only. I'm not saying, because we can name over 200 of other Southwest Yorubas who have become something in Lagos State. But I'm telling you to name only 5 of Lagosians who have held such sensitive positions in elected position, especially in any Yoruba state. If you say Yoruba is for everyone, please name it.
Precious, let me just answer so that you can round up.
Go ahead.
There is none. That is the other way around.
You're not a Yoruba man, so you don't be the
one to I'm a Yoruba person. I was born in Lagos. I'm a Yoruba.
Okay, sir.
I can claim Yoruba. I was born in Lagos, school in Lagos. I got married. Listen.
And just to be clear, I see what Enugu State. I'm coming, sir. No vex. He said Enugu State was not even allowed to become a mayor in Aba. I agree with you. In almost all the region, this thing happens. So I agree with you.
No.
Cannot come to. I mean, sir, an Akwa Ibom man or you, T.Y. Danjuma, cannot come to River State and hold the position. So I totally agree with him.
No. You are wrong there.
Southeast, there was a time, I'm coming, sir. In Southeast, there was a time that a lot of people from Imo State were incorporated in the Abia State Civil Service. And I think it was under Ikbazo, one of the governors, they had to chase all of them away. It's even right now said that OT has now reversed it and said some of them can still be pensionable. Some of those Imo State.
Theodoji was the one that sacked all of them.
I think it was Theodoji. But there's still that. So I'm not saying that this is unique to Yoruba. Before you not start looking at it as if I'm blasting Yorubas alone.
No. But even like that, Yoruba is better. Yoruba is still better. Yoruba is still better.
Let me correct something. It's only in Lagos that you can find people from other parts of Yoruba land come and take offices, and go back to their state and still also run and, maybe get office. But you cannot, I have not seen a Lagosian, a pure Lagosian, go leave Lagos, go to any of those southwest.
No, you're talking of Lagosian. Have you seen Oshun go to
it doesn't
go to Oyo?
If you see the person who is running for governorship in Ogun State was once a senator in Lagos. Lai Mohammed was chief of staff. In fact, he was not even
from
just
Kwara
a chief of staff. He's from Kwara State. Not that he was even chief of staff. He was like the de facto governor when Tinubu was governor.
Oh, many of them, yeah.
Yes.
So
you can see the one from the speaker. Is it the speaker? Yeah, there are many of them.
That's a Nigerian problem. That's a Nigerian issue.
But let me also say something.
Sorry, Mr. Obison, kindly give me a second.
Let me also say something that you are wrong, Precious.
And not be making blanket statements as so we're here to state facts. Go ahead.
There is something again I have to state. I give it to Lagos State. Lagos State has been very liberal. I give it to them. Now, but I also want to correct something that you said. In Enugu has produced mayors who are from the north, mayors who are from Delta State, mayors who are from I don't know whether they produce somebody from Yoruba land. If you go and check the history of when you used to have mayors.
In the present day Abia State, you have different people from Edo State, even from Yoruba.
Very good. I wanted to go to Abia.
With Alex Oti right now.
Not even working. You have somebody
right now.
You have somebody in Umuahia, I think Umuahia South, in the House of Assembly, a Yoruba person.
Really?
Go and cross check.
Precious. You see what? Tiwaja, please hold on. You see what you guys just said now. You see, this is what I've been preaching. Every Nigerians must be Nigerians first. You can go as far as anywhere you're resident. You can participate.
I agree with you. I mean, we cannot overemphasize that. So I totally agree with you. But
so that is how it was supposed to be.
The reason I'm saying this is because of the recent drama that has been playing in Nigerian politics. And Mr. Johnson, you know what's happened in the 2023 election and the statement that that thing will happen. No one will try them again. Nobody will vote on again. Those kind of issues and all that. I said, we know what we can do now. Yoruba is for Yoruba people alone. And every time I hear that, and I notice that people who say that Yoruba land is for Yoruba people alone, there are always Yorubas from other parts of Yoruba land referring to Lagos as for Yoruba people alone. And I keep asking that question. Are other parts of Yoruba also for Lagosians who are also Yorubas? And this person has said it is true. And I'm challenging you. He said, make I put money in, I drop the money because I go chop your money. If I make an increase unto 20, name 20 Lagosians we don't get political elected and appointed position. 10 elected positions, 10 appointed positions across other Southwest. If you name it, I give you $1,000. Is it small? Maybe we'll do $5,000. And I will give it to you.
Precious, you will even say, can Ekiti person go to Oshun?
Let's name it. So let's stop all of this drama. And then I notice that most times it is always this other Southwest people that are not originally from Lagos State that are quick to tell you, go to your state. And that's very unfair. So
and those people should be dealt with. They should be punished and be dealt with.
It is I'm sorry to say, but I think it's deliberate too. It's very, very deliberate. It's become a culture that is deliberate.
Because those are the kind of people causing driving division in the country.
Okay. So the reason I mentioned it is because of what Mr. Johnson was talking about. And Mr. Johnson, you guys that are the original Lagosians, how do you guys feel when you hear most of these things? How do you feel right now? Or how did you feel hearing that, Yoruba land is for all Yorubas? Do you feel like you too can go to any Yoruba land and become anything you want to become? Do you think
You know,
you have the liberty to do so?
You know, it's funny. The real definition of a Lagosian, and I want you all to listen to this. He said he was born in Lagos. That is a Lagosian. And also the sub of being called a Lagosian is somebody who has nowhere else to go to. Do you see what I'm saying? So when they come and steal our pie in Lagos, then they go become governor somewhere else. But we can never steal their pie anywhere. The real Lagosian is somebody who's born, whether you're from the north or from the south, all your life you call yourself a Lagosian. That's the core Lagosian. And everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter where you're from in Nigeria, you're a Nigerian, you're a Lagosian. As a matter of fact, I even extended to the definition of Lagosian. Some people come from like Togo, and some come from the French-speaking like Mr. Tinubu. That's why we have no qualms about accepting him as a Yoruba. He's not born in Nigeria. He's not from Nigeria.
Mr. Johnson, how do you know this?
You know, it's funny. What is your
Lagosian is talking to you now.
No, seriously, I'm not telling you the truth. There's something I cannot even say on the air. But today, one of the former governors was this young, handsome guy. He said, Tinubu stole my identity. Don't you understand, as Africans, that people do actually steal people's identity? And when I say identity, beyond even just stealing your certificate, still actually stealing your destiny, stealing your everything. So he is not a Nigerian. You know, people used to talk about that with Buhari, but in reality, I bet you I'll take a bullet, a Russian roulette with that if I lose. He's not from Nigeria. This is the fact that people are trying to avoid. And you wait until he's no more president, then the truth will slowly become out.
So please, you cannot use this platform to say that about our president, please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say that, but if you don't, I believe it's the truth. I believe it's the truth.
Yeah.
And I wish if let one of those be Wahala, or what's his name again, Bawala, the disgraced guy, you know, or anybody. When I tell you about some things, it's something I know personally, but you know, again, okay, let me put it this way. My father was the only Yoruba man who was allowed, under Gowon, he just spoke recently, who was allowed to visit by Odumeka Ojukwu in his Ojukwu's bunker. The only Yoruba man, to show the transparency of my father, the honesty, the integrity. He was the one who was assigned. He wasn't even in government then, but he was told to go. Ojukwu himself, when he came to America in Maryland, congratulated me on that your father was the only Yoruba man I allowed in my bunker. And it's a fact. My father talked about it. Yes. Chief J.M. Johnson, Joseph Modugbe Johnson. You can Google it and find out.
Okay.
Yes. I just say that I come from that kind of background that it's very patriotic. He was very close to Nnamdi Azikiwe. All his life, he was patriotic till he died. There is no president that didn't have an association with him come to our house that I know of. Those who didn't, maybe the Okafor boys, maybe the, and sometimes I really wonder, Muritala, yes, he came. So it's what I'm saying about all that is we should move towards one country.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry for biting your time.
Somebody is saying that your father, or maybe your Igbo, that you guys just speak Yoruba. So because somebody does not agree or accept your stupid ethnic bigotry, the person all of a sudden becomes someone from another tribe. You see, that's a problem we have. And it's unfortunate it doesn't look like you're even in Nigeria. You're doing this thing you're doing. And I hope the country you are chases you back and revokes your citizenship so you come back.
Don't do. You know, I just called you my mother now. I'm not ready to come
over. Not you. I'm talking to the person. No, I'm talking to the person.
I see. I see.
Bami, okay. You're my father, so I cannot say that.
I will just come straight to your house now.
Man, because you're saying so because you have a stance of what you're saying, you become an Igbo person. But once you go towards their ethnic and irresponsible way of handling things, you become a brother, and that's so sad. And you cannot even come out with an empirical evidence to deny or a superior argument to deny or affirm what we have said tonight. I've just given you a challenge. Name 20 and 10 elected, 10 appointed from Lagos State. They are human beings in Lagos State. Name just 20 across any state, including Kwara or Kogi. Name them. I challenge you.
Just ignore how the, you know,
and then, I don't even, how do you sleep? I don't know. And every time I look at comments from him here, it's always so much bitterness and ethnic.
Yeah, he's so divisive.
It's where he comes from now. I posted something here, you know, it's where he comes from. He has to be like that.
It's shameful. It's shameful. And I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but whoever you are, shame on you. That's in this.
And he cannot come one day and contribute.
And
he cannot come there one day.
Let's talk before. You cannot even come on board. Let's talk.
He cannot come and have an intellectual debate.
Mr. Johnson is a Yoruba man. He's here with us. Olumide has been joining us here. He's a Yoruba man. In fact, there are others who will also not agree with us. They join us. The only thing they say will go argue him. That is just
yeah, of course now.
Empirical evidence. And then at the end of the day, it's all Maria, it's all joy, it's all for the love of this country that we call ours.
And probably that guy is overseas.
Just to stay behind. Maybe that coward, by the way. That's why you have to stay behind the keyboard and be typing rubbish.
Precious, that person might be staying overseas.
Because I'm sorry for your children.
In this country, we are in America. We have how many Yorubas that are legislators in various states of in this country? None of them was born here. None of them.
This whole thing that we've been talking about.
None of them was born here.
Thank you. So Mr. Johnson, well, some of these things has been happening in Nigeria with what the lawyer said about the amendment of the Electoral Act to more like legitimize forgery. Because you have removed the fact that one can litigate the outcome of the election on the ground of fake or forged certificate. And I hope that we do know that we're creating a very dangerous antecedent. This is not just about winning election in 2027. This is beyond 2027. I hope that when an Hausa man, a Fulani man, comes without a certificate and says he must rule you and quotes that law, I hope you not come and tell them tomorrow that no, you did not go to school. I hope we know that we are the ones who started it. I hope when the time comes, we will not say that no, because just like our president rightly stated, politics is sweet when you're winning. Do you understand? So I hope it is not just only sweet now when you're winning, because one thing is certain: tables will always turn one day, even if it takes 100 years to turn. It will turn. So I hope if it is time for another ethnic nationality, since we've become tribal idiots in Nigeria, I hope when it is time for other ethnic nationalities to enjoy this fraud or whatever it is that we're doing now, you will not speak against it, because if you do, God will do you for mouths.
Precious, of course.
You're supposed to be happy. So every single thing you support now, please be sure that you be bold enough to support it. If
when it is another person's turn.
Precious, please, please, I will plead with you. You see, that is an abomination, please. It's an abomination which I do want to yell because my prayer now is that when the next government comes in now.
What is an abomination? Let
me finish, please. My prayer now is this: once the next government comes now, whether it's Peter Obi or even the Donald Duke, maybe from those areas, any one of them come, that bill should be repealed with immediate effect. If that's just my prayer, they should repeal it and make everything proper. At least you must be educated to some certain level of education before you can be able to ascertain that position as the number one citizen in that country. If that can be done, so that what they've done, we should start correcting those mistakes. Because we do not want any illiterates to come and take over that country again. We do not want it.
Bro, my own thing is it will go around.
Just take over your country before. So
just as Precious said, just as Precious said, when Buhari was in power, his administration was a government for the Fulani, of the Fulani, by the Fulani. Tinubu has come. His government is of the Yoruba, by the Yoruba, for the Yoruba. So you are telling me that if my own brother come tomorrow, he will liberalize it? No. If I have my brother who will come tomorrow and make it a government of a job for the job by the, I will support him with all my being.
That is when
Let's
we
be
need to
going that
show
way.
that we are bigger than them. That is when you need
No,
to show
no,
that
we
you are
can.
bigger
It has
than
to
them.
go round. It has to
No,
go
no,
round.
no, 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 no.
It has to go round.
You cannot pay evil with evil.
That is how it is done. It has to go round first
You
before
guys,
we
I
go
need to
back to
pack
the
up.
drawing board.
I need to pack up, please. Thank
Precious,
you.
Let it go round.
Precious, I think in rounding up, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate that we are giving our children the impression that they don't need to go to school, that you can forge certificates,
That is my fear.
and that the
If
country
all of these
accepts it.
things are if all of these things
It's
or rumors are
unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It is not the way to go. And then lastly, the president has said that all is fair in politics.
In politics.
And that giving the impression that it doesn't matter the process. The process is not important. It's the end goal. I think that is shameful because it means you can do anything so long as you get what you want. And if you dig deep, you will see that that statement is unfortunate. He has also said, and I quote, "I won't let you tie me down. We will wrestle to the finish." Now, all these statements, if you begin to collect all those statements that he has made, if you look at it, you find out that 2027 is not going to be easy. Because that's the president saying it, not even his aide saying it. He has said, he's telling us now that he will wrestle to finish and that he is not going to be, is he supposed to be clapping for the, to see
That
his
he's not going to
opponent
make
go
it
down.
easy. He's not going to make it
Yes.
easy for the opposition to win him.
So it's up to Nigerians. I will keep saying it.
Because now,
it's up to you. It's up to you. I don't know about that. I will no. I won't call my president Aburo, but it's up to you.
No. Who's saying that? Oga, beg now. Let's not use this kind of words.
I beg you. Now, they rule us.
No.
When he was governor of Lagos, he was the one that started Aburo ship. Now he's in the helm of affairs of the whole country. He's still an Aburo president.
That's not true, please.
Please.
Mr. Obison, please.
It's my opinion, yes. After all, people are calling him all sorts of... What about how they are insulting our revered reverend people? So all those insults they are giving to Reverend Onaikon, who is going to bear it? Who is going to... Because we leave them alone. Who's going to bear it? He's an Aburo. Somebody call him a criminal. Somebody call him a drug baron. So why will it be different? He's an Aburo. He started Aburo sheep. The same way Buhari messed up Nigeria. That's the way he messing up the Nigeria today.
Mr.
It's an Aburo.
Let's allow T.Y. Danjuma to finish what he was saying.
Yeah, so I'm saying that it's up to us because you won't say you have not been told. You won't say you are not seeing the things that are happening. The reason why we are in this mess.
See what his son is saying.
Is because we have allowed these things to happen. I mean, nobody is going to say you didn't know that this person didn't have certificate, or this person didn't go to school, or this person. People knew. At least there were some people in the system who knew. These are things you can't do here. Never. No matter your party. They will tell you to your face, they will dig out your past and say, look at your past. And you will step down. That's how you build society. That's why you build a prosperous society. Now, we cannot be doing the wrong things all the time and expect a good thing to happen. It's wrong. The foundation is bad. The foundation is wrong. And therefore, it's going to collapse at some point if we continue on this trajectory. So 2027 is another opportunity for us to sit down, look at ourselves, look at our country, look at yourself, look at your family, and see, have you made progress? Talk to you honestly. Be honest to yourself. Have you made progress? 4 years ago, 5 years ago, were things better than it is now? And even if you lie to yourself that, yes, things have gone bad, this government is trying to do, the reason why any government, people will prefer a new government is because they want that government to improve on, do better than the preceding, to do better than those that they succeeded. So if you continually are having a government where instead of things getting better, they're getting worse, use your tongue to count your teeth. That's where I'll end it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello. Thank you, Mr. Orbison. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. It's always a pleasure to have you join us and discuss issues about our country with you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good night and God bless you. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, Precious.
Good night. Good night and
God bless all of you.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you guys. And to everyone who's been part of the show, it's always a pleasure to be with you and to discuss issues concerning our country with you. So what we do here is for the love of the country, is to see the country succeed. It's for us to live, most importantly, a country for our children and unborn generation that we can be proud of. Please, it's very important. And what we want is a country that would make us proud, that other countries will be proud of and will respect, most importantly, and not disparage and look at us with another eye. So please, let's understand that whatever it is we're doing is for the love of this country. Nobody they happy save the whole green passport. Once they say, you're Nigerian, they come begin look at you 2 times. No, that's not fair. Because our children are innocent of whatever it is that would make people look at us, take a second look at us. And I saw something today from a primary school, and I was in utter shock when they were asking, there was a question around the primary school children that if you are a president of a country for one day, what would you do? The country for one day. If you hear the things these children were saying, you will know that we need to overhaul our system in this country as quick as possible. How can a child say, if I'm a president for one day, I'll steal all the money in Nigeria? A child, primary school pupil, had to say that. Why would that kind of thought get into their mind? Because of what we have made our country to be. It is that bad. So if we're all crying and pleading and begging that this country should get better, it is for that reason. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this platform. Let's continue to speak for the growth and development of our nation. And for anybody where we don't get a fallout, it is all love. But if you want to take it to heart, it's okay. It's all love. Let's disagree to agree for the good of our nation. I love you guys. Good night and God bless you. Protect your mental health. Very good. Good night and God bless you.